Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope you're all having a great weekend today. Well, great Sunday today and a great weekend in general. And I thank you all, excuse me, for joining us today. Today, guys, it's Sunday. We don't typically do Sunday streams, but we're doing it today. We may do one tonight, too. In fact, we're going to talk about that. Um, so please, if you will, make sure you hit that like button on your way through the door. We're going to be talking today about what is going on in the true crime world. So it's a little bit of everything, guys. So if you got ideals and stuff you want to throw out there and talk about today, today's the day to do it. Um, give it to us, guys, and we will discuss what it's all about today. Open discussion about what is going on within the true crime world. A couple updates on different things, of course, different things to look at that are already cases we're looking at. Is what it is. So thank you guys for being here today. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Come on in here, please, and have a conversation with me. I appreciate you all so very much. Let's get this show on the road. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What up? What up? All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today on this Sunday, August 11th, 2024. This month is sliding right on by. I'm grateful to see you all today. I hope you're all, again, having an amazing weekend and enjoying yourselves. So it is great to have you here. Very much appreciated. Come on in, guys. Grab a seat, get comfortable, grab a chair, a couch, a stool, a stump, a toilet. You know what I always say. Whatever makes you comfortable, please do it. Please do it. For sure. A little bit. I did look at that case. Truth, I did. A little bit. We can talk about that too, maybe. Pretty nasty stuff. And just so everybody knows, I may be out here tonight live with my son, for a little bit of a end the weekend decompression type thing. Anybody interested? Come on by, relax with us, enjoy yourselves till we start the work week again. We will be here for sure. So come on in, guys. Please grab a chair. Let's see who we got joining us. We got 59 people in here, guys, with 31 likes. Let's make sure to hit that like button when we come through the door. Even if you're out there lurking in the hallway, just kind of creeping around that corner, please make sure to hit that button. It makes YouTube happy. It gets us in that algorithm. And that is what matters because that makes them happy. And that makes them happy, makes us happy. So here we are. If you will, yes. Like Doodle says, just pretend like you like me just for a little while so we can get that out there. After that, it don't matter. Looks like Miss Sherry's in the house. Wisdom Speaks. Welcome back. A lovely lady. I appreciate you very much for joining us today. Meta Mom, Christy, welcome back to you. And there's my Doodlebug in the house. Good to see you, Doodle. Great to have you here. Miss Brandy B, the OG in the house. As always, good to see you, Brandy girl. Great to have you here. Andy Rose in the house. Welcome back, Andy. Good to have you here as always. Truth Exposed. Great to see you today. I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Smoky Mountain Mermaid. Love your name. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, welcome to all of you. I appreciate you very much. I hope you enjoy the community and come on back every time we're here. I appreciate that too. Miss Kells, 420's in the house. Hello and welcome back to you. Mark and Betty joining us from over the pond. Hello, number 23. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us today, Mark and Betty. We appreciate you. Let's see who else is here to see us. Let's see. Steph. Not that Steph. Don't side eye me. Blankenship's in the house. Hey, Steph. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Miss Cynthia, IGG Ancestry's in the house. Good to have you here. Daz, what's going on? Good to see you today. Diana R, welcome back to you. Great to see you. The Saint is in the house. Hello and welcome back. Great to have you here. Miss DS, welcome. Oh, Granny Annie's traveling again's in the house. Welcome back to you. Good to see you. Mittens for Kittens, 435. Welcome back. Good to see you. Miss Justice Jane, how are you? And how do you do to you? Great to see you today. Okay, I think I got everybody up that direction. Let's see what's going on down here. I think that Walt Harris, my friend, good to see you. Moni in the middle's in the house. Where's she at? She's in the middle. Welcome back to you, Moni. Great to have you here. Great to see you. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Miss Evelyn, great to see you as well. Mr. Butterfly, thank you for being here today. Cherie Baby, Tennessee's in the house hiding in the bushes. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us. And Susbusters, always a pleasure. Great to see you. Great to have you here. Thank you so much. Miss Andy Rose, thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. And I do, as we all do, appreciate the donations that come through these links here to the channel. It keeps us going day after day after day by paying my internet, my StreamYard, and my YouTube Premium, guys, because that's what makes this stuff happen. And I appreciate it more than you know. So thank you so much for that, Andy, and any one of you guys that donates. We do not expect it, guys, but we definitely appreciate it. So thank you. Come on down, guys. Grab a chair. Great to have you here. Just good timing. Just got back from me mom's. I hope you had a wonderful visit with your mom. Sunday visits are always nice. It's usually what I do with the fam. I was on Sundays, but nobody's here. Just me and Mr. Caden, and Mr. Caden is off doing his own thing. So, but you guys will see him tonight for those of you that are going to be around. Alicia J, great to see you. I see you. You just now popped up in the chat. I would never ignore you guys, and you know better than that. Kathy Toland, hello, welcome. Lurking again, number 37. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. You are absolutely welcome. Welcome, Truth. Appreciate you. Come on down, guys. Looks like we got 71 peeps in here. 40 likes. It's climbing. It's getting there. It's going. We may do it. Who knows? I don't know. Might stop now because Doodle's out here handing out cake. There's the cake. Doodle and her cake. I'm telling you. Awesome. Don't break a hip tonight. Bring your braces. Hey, don't listen. You better listen to Miss Shader. She knows what she's talking about. She sure does. Don't ask me where that whole Southern twang thing just came from. No idea. Come on in, guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Gracious almighty. You guys know what that is to me. Let me see here if I can figure out Somebody's birthday today. Truth exposed. Birthday. Hmm. First off, happy birthday for you, Truth. I hope you're having an amazing day. Freaky Phenomenon's in the house, and good day to you. It's great to have you here. So that means, let's see if I can figure out. Well, you know what? I love this one, though. Please make sure to tell Truth happy birthday, guys. One time a year. And we like to celebrate when y'all were created because that's what keeps you. That's where you guys came from. That's how I know you guys because you were created one. So that's an important day to me. So I think you'll probably get this one here too, Truth, because you affect me as that. You give me that vibe. I think you'll like this one, and you get free cake with this one too. So I don't have to make a cake for you as well. I'm running low on the food stamps, folks. Just saying. So yeah, I think this is probably fitting for sure. For sure. Here we go. Here we go. I love this one too. It's my favorite. My favorite one for sure. All right, all right, all right. Happy birthday, Truth. I hope you enjoyed it. That's for you. I had that one with another one that I kind of depicted might be you. In fact, let me see something here. I think I'm gonna give you this one too, just because I pick you as I see you as being this person that would enjoy. I actually might be wrong, and if I am, then you'll let me know. But I'm gonna give you this one too because this is the one I was gonna give you before. But I really like the one I just played for. I like giving that to specific people because I just take them as those people. So hold on a minute. Let me All right, here we go. This is the one I was initially going to pick. I try to tune these to the type of person I think you guys are, is what I was trying to say. So I felt first that this would be more appropriate for you, but I really like that other one too for you and a few of you others. So we'll see. If I'm wrong, my apologies, but you get this one too because I feel like this is fitting for you. Happy birthday. It's a little bit heavier. I don't know. I'm trying to read as to if you're that person or if you're the other person, but I think you get them both. So, and I already know your birthday, Miss Sherry. So nice try. Too late. I got a special one for you too, and I do have one for you, Miss Andy. No worries. No worries. I love my music, guys. Any chance I get to mess with it, I really do. You are absolutely welcome, my dear. I hope you have an amazing day because you deserve the best. Each one of you do on the day that you were created. You deserve the very best day that you should have and an amazing year to lead up to next year when we can do this again. So I hope you all have that. Absolutely. But you guys got to tell me when they are. I don't know everybody's. I'm getting there. I started writing them down, believe it or not, you guys. So yes, thank you guys. Please make sure you wish Truth Exposed a very happy birthday, if you will. Please and thank you. June 6th. Well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. See? I gotta know these things. I gotta know these things. I'm sure I missed a few others too. You guys gotta let me know these things. And my mod, or tell my mods so they can tell me. Please. Here you go, Madam Mom. This for you. Since it's belated and I feel guilty now. Welcome, Tomboy. This is for you. But you guys gotta tell me these things.
Happy belated birthday. How do you expect me to remember your birthday, when you never look any older? I hope your birthday was all that you hoped for. I'm so lucky to have such a great friend like you, who would forgive me if I forgot yours birthday. Best wishes for your birthday afterwards. Happy belated birthday.
And other than the fact that the lady that just did that is creepy, there you go. And you can have this too. I got a bunch of these, you guys. I have some that I've mixed and melted and changed and all that, but yikes is right. I'm sorry. It's that AI face or whatever she was goofy, crazy, creepy. So either way.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
All right. There you go, Madam Mom. I hope that made up for it. No. We're not doing her again. Welcome, Cap. Good to see you today, sir. Hope you're doing well. Great to have you here, sir. Cha. Exactly, Doodle. Thank you. And Doodle is handing out cake for everybody in the chat. So we got a belated one for Metamom. We have Truth Exposed birthday today. So please wish her a great creation day, if you will. And you are very welcome, my dear. Very welcome. Thank you for being part of this amazing community and for being here almost every time I'm here. I appreciate you. Salty Sleuths in the chat. Hello, Salty. How are ya? Happy Sunday to ya. Monkeys on the beach. Reminds me of Costa Rica. Sounds like a plan, Smoky Mountain. Sounds like a plan. Might need cake tonight. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. You are absolutely welcome, Metamom. Salty, what time is your show tonight? Dang it, Jim. See? Guys, I forget things all over the place. Especially when my wife is not here to remind me of things. It's crazy. There is Miss Salty's link for her show for tonight. She'll be going live tonight, guys. We got to check it out. Support it. If you haven't been there yet, please go there. Subscribe. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I think I got it right that time. So I think that I will be doing the shoot. Depending on how long her show is, I'll do it after that. The whole thing with Caden. And if it goes too late, then I'll do it tomorrow. So either way, we got to go over there and support Miss Salty Sleuth with her stuff for sure. Yes. Subscribe if you haven't. Like it up, guys. Thank you, Saint. We do appreciate that very much. Okay, guys, I'll be listening. Kiddos have Mud Pie Bakery going, so you have to join. Well, I mean, hey, you can't go wrong with that. Just make sure there's no rocks in it, Doodle. Careful what you wish for. Oh, wait a minute. Good stuff. Yeah, 12 Gauge puts on a good show, too. Probably not, since you can't get alcohol on Sundays. I would imagine they don't do that either. Unless, of course, if it's within your own home, Truth. I feel like some Steven Rodriguez. There you go. Yeah, 12 Gauge puts on a great show, too. Interesting. Good stuff. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the newer faces, too, guys. Please make sure that you welcome them with open arms as we do with everybody. I want to thank the Blue Crew for joining me today because, once again, guys, as I always say, I could not, would not, nor should not ever try to do this without them because they do what they do. They're so amazing. Thank you to my producers as well for joining me today. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you all so very much. And welcome to all the most important peeps here, the meatballs that are jumping in the sauce with us today while we spill a little bit. I appreciate you all so very much. Great to have you all here. Like I said, guys, it's kind of an open type panel type scenario, open theory or open discussion. I'm sorry. About a little bit of everything that's going on in the true crime world. So one thing I did see, I wanted to review, and I'm just curious. I like the paint color on your wall. Do you know what the name of it? Are you talking about mine? Oh, it is it's a weird way. It's a dual name. Sage Mystery or something like that is what it's called. Justice. I like it too. I love this color. I think it's Sage Mystery or some weird thing like that. It is definitely a sage though. I like it. I like it a lot. The same with that wooden wall back there behind the TV. I kind of like how it sets all that off. Yes, it is a sage. Devil wears lace. Seafoam. It kind of reminds me of that too, Cap. For sure, for sure, for sure. For sure. For sure. Come on down, everybody. So one of the things I was gonna hit on, because I am trying to keep up with everything. See, that's what I thought. The seafoam has a more of a bluish tint, almost like a turquoise, like a teal type thing, maybe. Yes, Miss Jane, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I have. That's the color that I have. Some grayish, weird Berber carpet that needs to go. The wood trim around there is all newer. This is an addition onto the back of the actual house, by the way. Pastel turquoise, absolutely. Steven's Adventure, welcome, my friend. Come on in. I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm still. We all know we're still following Sebastian Rogers. Okay, until that child comes home. So any kind of update I see or hear, I try to follow. I try to check it out. I try to see what it is. There's a lot of stuff that we don't want to know about, truly, because it's just drama. Okay. Although I'm noticing, I got to be honest, I'm noticing people are still wanting to follow the drama. So hey, I mean, do your thing, folks. Do your thing, whatever works. I get it. I can't. I can't get in there because it just bugs me. So, um, I don't know what to do. I can't seem to win in some senses. Some people say you don't cover the drama. I don't want to watch it, and then they go watch it somewhere else. Well, what the hell? What's happening, Adam? Welcome, sir. I love your icon. It's pretty cool. Jet Set J, hello. Your color looks like one called Savannah Mist. It's kind of green, blue, kind of cool. Thank you, Jet Set, and welcome. Esther Hahn, hello and welcome from Portland, Maine. New England states. I love it up there. Do love it up there. Kim North of 54th, welcome. Good to have you here. Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. Again, everybody jumping in here. Please make sure to throw out a little happy birthday to Truth Exposed. It is her creation day today. We don't sell alcohol. We do sell alcohol on Sundays here, but it's only after 1 p.m. I don't drink anymore, so it's one of them things. Some drama keeps it interesting, but the BS trash. Oh, that's a good way to put it, Smoky Mountain. I agree with you. I just don't think it helps to find this child. Regardless, nothing seems to be helping to find him. But that's definitely not going to help. You know what I mean? Yeah, guys, please hit that like button if you don't mind. If you don't mind. Let me see here. Some people aren't getting notifications, so I try to throw them out when I can to some people, just in case they're not getting them. Which is why it's so important to get that algorithm thing going, because it's just one of them things. If it's not in the algorithm, you're not going to get a notification. It's kind of weird. I don't know how that works, or why that works that way. All right. Never get him. I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. What are we talking about there, Saint? Oh, yeah. I see ya. You're fine, Saint. You guys can say whatever you need to say. And as long as you respect each other, that's the only rule I have in here. Truly. You don't even have to respect me if you don't want to. Honest to God, it's okay. Sarah, welcome back, Miss Sarah. I did. I absolutely did some of those. Truly, Jaded, great to see you too. Miss Sarah here, this lady here is one of the reasons why we have a new T-shirt in our print shop. Thank you, Mystery. Hello and welcome. Great to see you. Great to have you here, all of you. Mama's in the house. Oh my goodness gracious almighty. I thought she forgot about me. I hadn't seen her in a minute. Big fish in a small pond. Hello to you. Amen to that one, Mom. Thank you. Great to have you here. Oh, yeah. We put a shirt together for that night, Sarah. Hey, 12. Chow. Welcome. Good to see you. You say a bad word. Go ahead. You can say a bad word. You guys are adults. Very possible, Mark and Betty. Send me a little bit of info to my email and I'll definitely look into it. Truly, Mom, I thought maybe you was upset with me or something. I just hadn't seen you in so long. And I'm like, oh no, what did I do? Did I say something wrong? Because I would hate ever, of all people, to upset you in any way. I adore you. I have so much respect for you. So that would break my heart. Oh, don't. It'll be there, Miss Sarah. It's not going anywhere. However long it takes, you do what you got to do. Sarah's amazing. She hung flyers for Vlad and Sebastian that you sent to her. Yes. Awesome. That is so awesome. There's my email account. Anybody needs to send anything to me, please do. It is great. It's great to see you here, Mom. Seriously, it is. It warms my heart. It's okay. You don't have to explain. As long as it wasn't something I did, that's all I was worried about, truly. It would really, literally, it would break my heart if I ever upset you in any way. Truly. I have that much respect for you. Again, welcome everybody. We got 83 amazing peeps in here. And 63 likes. Let's try to get that to match, guys, so we can get this in the algorithm. The first thing I do want to review, though, because I am severely curious, as much as I don't like to do this, because I don't do it often, but, you know, it's usually pretty close to being on point. There was something put out, and I'm truly just curious at this point. Freaky Phenomenon, welcome. I like your name. YouTube could put an end to the chroma drama, except the so-called hate channels make YouTube too much money. I know. I agree. That's why I'm not doing so well right now, because I won't do it. You know, it is what it is. So be it. I'm doing amazing as long as I'm in here with you guys. That's what matters. Having this community around me. Guys, I'm missing my wife like crazy. She's not in town right now. It's been hard. We don't separate like this ever. And it's rough. So being here with you guys really does make it easier for me. So please know that you guys are helping me in an extreme way by being here. So thank you for that. Absolutely. Yes. I have a couple interesting ideas for this coming weekend, you guys. So for Friday, I think we're gonna go north. Way north. She went down to Alabama with my son and the twins. She's gonna be gone the whole week, you guys. I hate even saying it, but she ain't gonna be back till probably early Sunday morning. That's when she's coming back. So I'm lonely. I got Ogre Boy over here, Caden. Absolutely, Cap. Thank you very much. She is down. They're down in Hayden, Alabama. That's where her family lives. A little bit north of Warrior and I think it's about an hour west of Birmingham. Yes, way north. For Paranormal Friday, we're going way north this coming Friday, you guys. Way north. I'll just put it that way. See if anybody comes up with it. Well, that is absolutely amazing. Mark and Betty, thank you. Says Dago, you are well liked here in the UK, so you're not alone, friend. I appreciate that. I really do. That feels good. Thank you for that. I am lonely. I do have the boy here, but it's a little different. A little bit further north than that, Miss Kim. Ah, uh-oh. Miss Alicia got it. Yes, we're going to be looking into some of the paranormal experiences that people have had and the things that are going on up in Antarctica. I've been wanting to touch on that for a while now, and there's some really interesting stuff that I've watched that I can't ever pull myself away from. So that's what we're doing. Miss Holly Ramsey, good to see you. Today we're chatting about a little bit everything going on in the true crime world. I actually am too, Alicia. Really, really am. Okay, that's cool, Truth. Yeah, they're up on top of a mountain there. So even phone calls are hard to have with her. It's beautiful too. We did a while she woke me up this morning, and a FaceTime thing or what is it? Facebook live things, whatever the hell they're called. I can't think of it. And it's sunny here, but it's Ohio. You know what I mean? We're kind of like our sun is even drab. Smoker Rise. I don't know. I don't think so, Truth. It's just I know it's Hayden, Alabama. That's where she's at. Her family's originally from Warrior, Alabama, and they moved up to Hayden. It's just a little ways up the road. Beautiful though. Like the video in the background, it was just so beautiful. My wife's standing there. She's like, "It's so. I wish you were here. It smells like honeysuckle." So her and my son went. Smoker Rise is on the other side. Okay, then yeah. She's right at the top of a mountain where they're at. They're close to some kind of a small private little airfield where they fly like biplanes and stuff. It's pretty neat. But it was just beautiful. Of course it's hot, but beautiful, beautiful. The sun. She said it's just wonderful. Everything smells like honeysuckle. Yes, absolutely. We went there before. Rickwood Caverns, pretty cool. They're actually going, I think, her aunt, because they're staying with her aunt while they're up there, or down there, I'm sorry, was talking about going. I went there one time with them when I went down to Rickwood. I think they have do they have a water park there, Truth? Like water slides and stuff like that. Is that the same place? Yay, nay, maybe. Oh yeah, absolutely, very cool. It reminded me, we have a place here called Nelson's Ledges. I almost killed myself there one time trying to jump from one to the other. Public pool and they give cave tours. Right, okay. Yeah. Listen, everything I've seen in Alabama is absolutely beautiful. There's nothing about it that's not the smell in the air, everything, as compared to Ohio. Mr. Joe Schmo's in the house. What's happening, brother? Great to see you, sir. I lived outside of Cleveland for 2 years, and I swear there were less than exactly. To get sun here is like Christmas time here. You know what I mean? Yes. Yep. They do that all the time, too. It's crazy. I've seen it happen. It's really neat. Thank you very much, Miss Sarah. That's one of my favorites. I have quite a few. I see it. I can't do it because I'm highly allergic to horses. Highly allergic to horses. It'll swell my eyes shut and my throat closed. Walt Harris in the house. My own personal troll. Good to see you, sir. I saw Bad Company at the latest 107 prize from degrees that hasn't been changed since 81. No lie. Right along with the Nelson's Ledges Quarry, everybody goes swimming in. I used to party there all the time. We would rent a U-Haul or a rider truck, and we would throw a couple couches in the back of it, and we would go up to the ledges, and that's where we would stay for the weekend. That 12-year-old girl went missing from Georgia, was found in Dover, Ohio. I remember that, yes. I was surprised how hilly some parts of Ohio we drove to. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of hills. Not so much mountains, but more southern you go. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have you guys here on a Sunday. It's great to see you guys. Great to get to hang with you guys. And you guys, again, please understand that you guys are making my day better by being here with me because, again, I'm lonely, guys. I don't like not having the love of my life here with me. Thank you, Stephen. Flat and Bland, Illinois. That's okay. You being there makes it special, Cynthia. That's all that matters. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because SRB is more north than I am, so it's even flatter where she's at. I'm about 40. I think I actually checked it out. 45 minutes south of Cleveland is where I'm at. Okay, Miss Andy. Welcome, SRB. It's great to see you today, by the way. Thank you for joining us. Hold on. Did I miss them? I don't see them. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous. Check that out. You guys. Andy lives up in the New England states area. I've always wanted to live up there because I think it's so beautiful up there, especially in the fall. Fall's my favorite time of year because it's coming. I'm excited for Halloween and all that stuff. That's gorgeous. Look at that. East Central. Okay. Awesome. Connecticut is nice, but most boring state to live, drive through. Oh, yeah. Maine. I've always wanted to go to Maine, and it's such for dumb reasons. I'm a huge Stephen King fan, right? And I wanted to go when I was a kid. I wanted to go to Castle Rock, which doesn't exist. Okay, but the visuals that you see from the states that are up there, it's just amazingly gorgeous. I love it. In the fall, the winter time, all of it, and then the Salem. I have a huge interest in that kind of stuff. Always wanted to go there. Always. Wow, that's beautiful. I love it. Thank you for these pictures, Andy. Smith's Lake. I've seen that before. Truth. But I will. Very, very cool. At wintertime. See, that's just a beautiful picture. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you again. Something nice to look at for a change. Oh, yeah. It's coming. I get excited every year around the end of September because of this. Great pictures. Honest to God, great pictures. I love it. Beautiful. I've always wanted to go to Salem. Always. Thank you, Andy. Check this one out, you guys. Isn't that pretty wicked? Beautiful skies. Here's a little piece of info. Anybody that ever saw if you like horror movies or Halloween or any of that kind of stuff, Halloween 4. It was Halloween 4. The very beginning of it, they show it looks like a farm, and you see the sky in the distance. It's a fall sky. And they show a couple pumpkins there, jack-o'-lanterns. That shot was filmed. I believe it was in Maine. Yeah, it was in Maine. Yes, I'm trying to remember. I was up there for sure. I'm pretty sure it was Maine, but they filmed that shot at the very beginning where they're flowing through. It's a farm that they had that belonged to one of the executive producers that helped to film the movie. They filmed that shot because they thought it was a really cool looking fall shot, and it came from up in Maine. I thought it was neat. So let me see here. Let me pull this thing up that Truth is talking about real quick, and then we'll go and do our thing. Where did it go? Where did it go? Show. Yes. Yep. I love it too. Tell me it's not awesome, the house. 1 second. Very cool. Very, very cool. I would kill to live in this house, guys. Especially the gate. It's all wrought iron and stuff. It's very neat. Check it out. Check it out, y'all. Tell me that ain't cool. And fitting for him, of all people. You know what I mean? Stephen King is amazing. I love it. I have about everything he's ever written, including the Bachman stuff. When he was writing under a different name, Richard Bachman. I have all that stuff too. I love it. Oh, yeah, that was a cool house too. I absolutely do. I love architecture, period, Cynthia. I love stuff that's over in the UK. Michael 007, he does a lot of that stuff, films it, so on and so forth. The old castles and the old buildings and churches. I love them. It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And then to have the driver's port right here, where the carport on the side, this is really cool. I love this up here. The gate just kills me, though. That's the thing right there. I love the gate. Did the OCC make? I don't know, sir. Which movie? Practical Magic. My wife loves that movie too. Oh yeah, for sure. They do actually. They really do take care of it. Yeah, the New England areas have the best housing. Hold on a second. My dogs are going nuts. I do not know. What are you doing? What's the matter? What? What's wrong? Are you okay? I don't know though, Chopper. I'm sorry. What's the matter with you? Why are you staring at me weird? Are you better now? Say hello. Say hello. Say hi. Look, see the camera up here? Say hi. Say hi. This is Alfred. Say hello. Hello. Are you giving him the side eye? What are you doing that for? Are you a good boy? Are you being a good boy? Come here, good boy. He's a good boy. What? You ready to get down? Okay. All right. That's my Alfred. He does too. He acts like one. I have another white one too. You'll probably see him humping in the background. They're both male, but it is what it is. How did you know that? I'm a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. Huge. Hello. All right, guys. Let's get into the fix. Let's do the thing here. And like I said, I'm just curious about this. I really am. I really am. But who knows? It's probably nothing. You know how these things get put out. So JLR put out something. Of course, he claimed it's breaking news. And supposedly this woman is claiming that she's a witness, quote unquote. I don't know, that Sebastian is alive, supposedly. That's why I'm curious. I'm curious to see what is said, what it is, and why. So let's review, see what it's all about. Again, it could be absolutely nothing, but we won't know. So I'm going to check it out. That's what we're kind of doing today, is we're just going to look through and talk about a multitude of different things. I mean, some of you guys probably did see it already, and I'm sorry for that. But the rest of you have not, can watch it with me because I have not seen it yet. I'm curious because you never know. You never know. Some of these things could be farces, or it could be something that is something, you know. So I want to see what it's all about, and I figured what better way to do it is than to do it with you. Right, Andy. Never know. So much drama, no lie. So let's see what we got here.
Hello, hello, hello. JLR investigates. Come on in, everyone. This witness right here, ladies and gentlemen, her name is Donna Fowler. And she's making some very wild and bold claims out on Facebook. She's claiming Sebastian Rogers is alive. She's seen Sebastian Rogers. She knows where Sebastian Rogers is. She contacted Tony Mathis and Seth Rogers to let them know that she doesn't trust law enforcement.
So she didn't contact TBI. There's the first piece of stupidity with this. Here we go. Oh, right. Let's see.
And she's concerned that Sebastian is going to be moved to a different location. Come on in. I don't know what to believe, but I'm going to put the information and share with all of you what this woman has been putting out. She's been active in the Facebook groups. I don't know what to think about this, but when it comes to this case with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, if you see something, say something. I know people, she's flat out made claims in groups. I know two people that personally reached out to her on Facebook Messenger where she responded and said some things about.
Please let me say this. I've said this 101 times. And let me say this again. That photo does look like something you'd see in a picture frame in Walmart. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's him. Okay. I'm just saying that's probably what she sent him. And I've said this from the beginning of this coverage that I've done in this case, and a lot of people have. If you think you know something, if you see something, if you've heard something, I don't care what it is, you need to go to TBI now. You don't contact one of us. You don't contact anybody else, even the family, in my opinion. You contact TBI first and then let them handle that. That's all I've said. Why nobody can do that? Thank you, Esther. I appreciate that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. So let's see.
About Sebastian being alive and Sebastian Rogers being seen. Do I believe it? I don't know. I don't know. But there's a lot of buzz going on right now on the internet regarding this woman right here. I'll show you her profile. I'll show you exactly what she said. We're talking about Sebastian Rogers. And apparently Seth is aware of this situation. So maybe Seth can come forward and elaborate a little bit. She claims that she's spoken to Seth, or people are saying in the chat after she posted that Seth and Tony are aware. Tony even went out and said something. I'll let you guys see. But is this, do we have a Sebastian sighting, or do we have a woman that's just going to say anything or anything? You know, sometimes these people come out of the woodwork. So this is what it's about. This is what she said, folks. She posted this, and the person that she was responding to here, Melissa Winters, responds. But you know, we re-put this out on a thread. I can say 100% that Sebastian is alive and well, trying to connect Seth. Does anyone know how to reach him? And then Melissa Winters says, and this is coming from Donna Sneed Fowler. And then Melissa Winters responds, why you say that, please? And she says, I have new information regarding Sebastian, but I can't share it until I have spoken with Seth. I do not trust speaking with SCSO, TBI, and FBI. Okay, so here are the comments. Here are the comments. And first thing, a bunch of poop. You know, this person says, But then you have, should give FBI this person's name. Donna Sneed Fowler, what is it? You know, use the tip line, FBI, TBI. And then someone else says, she looks local in Goodlettsville. And apparently she is from the Goodlettsville area, which is right down the street from the Proudfoot home, by the way. Again, I don't know what to believe. I'm putting it out there because people are circulating. I even posted, I sent her a message. And I did myself. I sent her a message. I said, hello, you claim Sebastian is alive. Where is he? But I didn't get a response from her. But I know two people that have gotten a response from her. And she's saying that the Proudfoots, she's scared that the Proudfoots will be moving Sebastian. She's claiming Sebastian is alive. And Sebastian is in a house in the Tennessee area. Now, I think that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal. Whether you think it's BS or not, it needs to be looked at. It needs to be looked at, just like any other thing regarding this case when it comes to, that person that was found in North Carolina in the picture, all these other like sightings out there need to be looked at when it comes to this case. This woman, and see, look, Melissa Winters, she responds and says, that woman in here all the time and does nothing but make hugging, caring emojis like 24/7. First, I thought she was a bot. I don't know what's going on, but I'm suspicious. It almost like she's a lurker ignited to come to life. Why now? And this is what this individual, Melissa, has said in reference to this post that she said. So she responds, Donna Sneed Fowler, Sebastian is 100% alive.
Very good point, chemistry.
My sources have told me that this has been forwarded over to law enforcement. I don't think anything has to go through Tony or Seth. It should go through law enforcement. But it can go to Tony and Seth. It could go to Chris and Katie. I wouldn't call TBI or Ellie if I were her either. Not sure if Seth is the person to contact either, since I believe he is still a suspect. And then people respond, who would you call? I don't believe he is. I believe it's his dirtbag so-called mom. Okay, so we are going to keep going on here. I would not contact Seth. People are saying, I would not contact Seth. I wouldn't contact Seth. Fake profile.
You know what I don't understand? I don't get how this is still going on like this. How is this still happening like this? You know what I mean? At this point, it's still rolling around and around and around like this. And it's just crazy to me.
Account need to grow up, man. It's sad how some people play behind a computer screen, and sad part about these kids. It's not a fake profile account, though. It does go back to her, and she has responded on that account. Unless someone hacked into her account or unless she's lying, I believe that this is something that needs to definitely be looked at in reference to her. This is her profile. We'll go back to what she, her profile. Let me get her profile up here so I can show you a minute. Her profile here. Her name is Donna Sneed Fowler. Let me get it here. Oh, by the way, they're actually saying re-elect Craddock. It's just weird stuff. And she's actually posted things before in the Facebook groups, other Facebook Sebastian Rogers groups. Here she is again. April 10th. So this happened. She's posting April 10th. Sounds to me like the FBI are making their moves on Katie and Chris Proudfoot.
This is something that I agree with, Esther. I know that they can't come out and say things that they're not going to if they have anything in the case. I've had conversations with a few people about this. I think even Salty and I have talked about this at some point out loud in a live stream. Esther said, if it's still an open case being investigated, why don't police get involved? They need to do a public speech, do all this rumor shit, and stop people discussing it. I agree with you. I do agree with you. It should. And I'm not saying that TBI needs to put out information as to if they have or whatever, But if they don't have anything, they should at least say, hey, guys, we're still investigating. There's nothing new. Just every now and again, give us an update. You know what I mean? That way, some people that do some stuff like this, if that's what this is, it doesn't give them the ability to do that when we're being told by law enforcement, no, there's nothing there. Maybe it'll help to stop some of this stuff if this is not real deal stuff, which a lot of people have done this. We've seen it, Good point there. Very good point, Andy. I agree with you. Agreed.
I'm gonna click on her profile so we can see what's up. This is the one. This is the one that claims that Sebastian is alive. We'll go to her profile, actual profile. Here we go. Here's her profile. So this is her, Donna Sneed Fowler. I think she's going to get a knock on her door for sure. The authorities cannot overlook this on this matter. I mean, they're not going to be able to just ignore this. They're going to actually have to. And here's the problem is if people want to be funny and people want to be slick and people want to make BS claims or people are delusional, rest assured that people are going to be knocking on her door. The least vet what she has to say. It looks like a legit profile.
Absolutely, Sherry. Absolutely. Same situation with Summer Wells. TBI won't speak on anything. It's very true. Very true. If they have, I have to feel like they have something in this case, okay? Something. Whether it be maybe a car or something that they're holding close to their chest, because it could, it would mess everything up if they know what they're looking for. Or they have something, but they don't know what they're looking for, is what I'm saying. And I respect that wholeheartedly. It's just, meanwhile, we have a lot of different people that are popping up saying, well, I got this and this happened and that happened and I saw this, and they're not saying anything. They're not saying anything to law enforcement. That doesn't help at all. Okay. Putting it out on Facebook and doing this and doing that, you're not fixing anything. You're making it worse, in my opinion. So just saying.
And it looks like a legit person that has been having a profile for years with numerous family members on her account.
And it's very easy to do what he's showing here. Is people can do this. They can have these things. They can steal other people's accounts and run it as if it's theirs. I've seen that happen a lot, guys. I really have. So I definitely do.
Now, I don't know who this woman is. I don't know why she's claiming Sebastian is inside a home somewhere in Tennessee. And that, she also makes claims. Let me go back to what I asked the two people I was corresponding with. I said, can I actually share the screenshots? And they said no. However, they said I could share the information. And what this woman is claiming, what this Donna woman is claiming, is that her cousin works for the Davidson County Sheriff's Office and knows Seth. She claims she is not a troll, and she needs to talk to Seth about Sebastian's whereabouts. She doesn't trust SCSO, TBI, or FBI, and feels they are covering up for the Proudfoots and the Bower Sox. That's what she claims. Then she claims that she claims Seth is desperate to find Sebastian. He needs to know his whereabouts before the Proudfoots and Bower Sox move him. That's what she said. She says the Bower Sox and the Proudfoots would move him. Now, I don't know whether to believe this or not. People are saying in the chat, this is really effed up. I highly doubt she's legitimate. If she knows where he can be found, it doesn't matter if she trusts law enforcement. I know it's not about her. Let TBI find her. She doesn't have to reach out to them. Well, guess what? The TBI are coming for her because people in the chat are saying I contacted Eric Craddock. Eric Craddock, who is now the acting sheriff for Sumner County, to inform this lady. Now, this lady brought it on herself. She said it. She
Amen, Mom. Amen. Thank you.
Has to own up to it, whether it's legit or not. But, in this particular case, the way I'm hearing it remember, folks, with Sebastian, we still don't know what happened to Sebastian. So, I assume that Sebastian isn't alive, but police say there's zero evidence of foul play. So could Sebastian be hidden somewhere alive? And if someone's coming out of the woodwork saying that Sebastian is alive in a location and is about to be moved to another location, you got to take it seriously, regardless if it's, you might think on the surface it's not, because otherwise, what do you do? Like with you don't take people seriously. I mean, that's why law enforcement gets tips. They get tips. They get that information that comes through and they vet through the information. And sometimes they have to go investigate those tips. She's from Tennessee. Her name is Donna Sneed Fowler. She also posted in another group. She also posted in another group centered around Sebastian Rogers. She says, "Hi, I'm new to this group. I recently joined because I've been following Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers since he went missing. I pray daily this precious young man is found." And this is her. It's coming from Donna Sneed Fowler right there. Now, it's interesting. She just posted this July 28th. So she made a post in another Facebook group at the beginning of April. End of July, she's posting in this Sebastian Rogers update group, very small group. And now she's claiming that Sebastian is alive. What do you think? Do you believe her or not? Again, you don't have to believe me. I'm putting out the information that's out there because a lot of people are buzzing about this. And I think we're going to hear about this, and we'll probably get Nick Barris or somebody that does a follow-up and finds out if this is legit or not, because you can't just go out there and say, it's like you can't, it's the same thing as saying there's a fire in a building, right? You can't just say things anymore. And if she's lying, she might be in some trouble. She might be in some trouble. People have mixed opinions. They're saying it could be a troll, could not be a troll. People are saying this needs to go to law enforcement. Can we get a screenshot with the metadata to compare post dates if there are multiple claims by the same person and keep?
Well, I don't know, you guys. I doubt this. I'll be honest with you. I doubt this. Okay. I doubt this highly for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but that's ridiculous. Just saying. It's really sad. I feel so bad for Sebastian is who I feel bad for. Truly. That's fact to me. Tell you what here. Let's do this. Because I ain't got to do this in a minute. Bada bing. Mom, if you're in here, you can check your Discord if you're interested. Kinda, yeah. Yeah. I haven't really been following a lot of that, but I've seen and heard little bits and pieces of it. Oh, Chopper, this hasn't been about Sebastian since probably the third week, truly. And I stuck in there as long as I could with it, and then it just got to be it was too much. It was too much. And none of it, it's not worth it, guys. It's just not. It is not worth it to me. So just saying. I need some new pens. Jesse! Holy shit, Jesse. Hey. Absolutely, brother. Good to see you. I've been wondering about you. Actually, the other day I was thinking about you. It's great to see you, bro. I hope you're doing good. Staying safe over there where you're at. We are definitely still friends, my friend. I understand. Busy. I get it. It is great to see you, though. I appreciate you. Thank you for jumping in here. That's very true. Very true. He could be anywhere. I just covered Ellen Greenberg, a little update on Ellen Greenberg's case the other day, Jesse. Absolutely did. Crazy as that case is, guys. Again, this woman that killed herself by stabbing herself in the back of her neck multiple times and then her chest. That one. Yeah. Absolutely insane. Apparently the real reason John Shapiro isn't the VP candidate. There you go. It's not, Chopper. That's the thing. It's not. But that's what they're calling it. Mom, I don't know if you heard me, but I threw a link in Discord if you're interested in joining me. I haven't had you up here for a while. I'd love to have you join me if you want to. Miss Donna Berry, welcome. Good to see you. Let me see here. Yeah, I just threw on the update on Ellen's case. Her parents are going to actually have the ability to have the case looked at as not being a suicide at this point, which was the stupidest thing ever put out, in my opinion. I don't understand how in the hell anybody that has any kind of a common sense ever looked at this as if it was. That's just it's crazy to me. So I gave that update the other day. Take your time, Mom. Take your time. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for a while because I have nowhere else to be other than with my peeps. Hello, Miss Twyla. Thank you for joining us today. Speaking of which, let me throw this up here, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you, Jesse, for throwing that out there. Let's do this. Because I did just cover this the other day. For those of you that aren't familiar, let's check this out and review this. This is something new. A couple days ago, they just dropped this. So I want to hear it. Here we go. And that'll give you guys an update as to what I'm talking.
Justice for Ellen. That's what this is all about. Very simple. It's not involved.
The parents of Ellen Greenberg, a 27-year-old woman found stabbed 20 times in her Philadelphia apartment, score a legal victory in their quest to find out how their daughter died.
It was the most crushing blow of our lives.
I lay out the disturbing details of Ellen Greenberg's death and her parents' 13-year fight for answers. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Ellen Greenberg's parents have been looking for answers for years about her death. They say they just want to know the truth about what happened to their daughter, and they're hopeful they might be getting closer to it. More on that shortly, but first, I want to start at the very beginning. Ellen was just 27 years old when she was found stabbed to death in her apartment that she shared with her fiancé. It was January 26th of 2011. Her fiancé, Sam Goldberg, called 911.
I need everything out. I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come. Help.
4601
now. Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no. Oh no. It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry, please.
Where's she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
So you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie.
Goldberg had been working out at the gym in their building, and he explained what he found when he returned to their apartment.
I went down.
This 911 call has always bothered me. It is one of the fakest 911 calls I've ever heard. I couldn't. And I showed you guys how this was done the other day on the graphic I showed. It makes no sense, guys. None.
Upstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. She's not responding.
An autopsy report showed that Ellen had been stabbed 20 times. Ellen suffered 10 stab wounds to her neck, going back to front, and others to her chest and abdomen. The steak knife from her own kitchen was found in her heart. Ellen's death had initially been ruled a homicide, but then the medical examiner changed that finding to suicide. That seems curious and has raised a lot of questions. How on earth would someone stab themselves in the back of the neck 10 times? Ellen's parents have never felt they have gotten the truth about Ellen's death. They've been fighting since 2011 for answers about what happened to their only daughter, even contacting experts like the late renowned forensic pathologist, Dr. Cyril Wecht, who reviewed the information and wrote that it was his professional opinion that Ellen's manner of death is strongly suspicious of homicide. Other experts have agreed, including neuropathologist Wayne Ross, who wrote, "There are multiple bruises over the body, some of which were fresh, many of which were older. The patterns were consistent with a repeated beating, and the scene findings were indicative of a homicide." In 2018, the attorney for Ellen's parents became the district attorney in Philadelphia County, so they asked him to review the case. But there was obviously a conflict, so he asked then Attorney General Josh Shapiro to review the case. In 2019, a spokesperson for the AG's office wrote to a reporter, "We conducted our own thorough investigation to determine a manner of death, interviewing the chief medical examiner of Philadelphia and the medical examiner who performed the autopsy, meeting with the family's representatives, and reviewing information they provided to our attorneys, among other steps." The AG's spokesperson also wrote that they had uncovered other evidence during the review. That included web searches from Ellen's computer that included methods of committing suicide, quick death, and depression in the weeks before her death, along with text messages between Ellen and her family members showing she was in emotional distress the day that she died.
Now, they tried to say that this was how everybody believed, or why everybody believed that she would unalive herself, right? How hard is it to go into your girlfriend, fiance's computer and type this into the chat or into the search bar? Come on. It is not hard to do at all, you guys. If you plan on doing something like this, okay, all you got to do is go to the search bar, type a couple things in. When they check it, they're going to see it. Bingo. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you.
The AG's office determined that the evidence supported suicide as the manner of death and then sent the case back to the Philadelphia DA's office. There has been suspicion among some that there may be connections between Shapiro and people who might not want Ellen Greenberg's death classified a homicide. But Shapiro's office told the Philadelphia Inquirer it had never addressed those claims because they were, quote, not acknowledging unfounded accusations. Ellen's parents have gone to court, suing for information about her death. They've been told they don't have the standing to challenge her manner of death or the medical examiner's findings. But now the Pennsylvania Supreme Court is actually taking their case, which gives them hope that they could be getting closer to answers so many years later. I want to bring in Ellen Greenberg's parents, Sandy and Josh Greenberg. They have been leading the charge on getting answers about their daughter's death for over a decade now. So Sandy and Josh, thank you so much for coming on. A major victory for you guys. You are getting to be heard in front of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and they will decide whether or not, potentially, whether you will have standing to basically ask that your daughter's case be reviewed and that you get to maybe challenge her manner of death. So this is a major victory. How are you feeling about this right now?
Great.
We're very optimistic and
We understand what it's all about. We know the odds were like 3,000 to 100 that we would get our case heard. All those things are tremendous. We're not attorneys, so when we go through this case, which we've gone through for actually almost 14 years, we are almost learning about how to become an attorney, because everything we learn is brand new. So the fact we found that the fact that we're being heard by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court is quite a feather in our lawyer's hat and quite a big step for us.
Sandy, you're a mom. I mean, Josh, you're a dad, but Sandy, it's just excruciating being a parent and not having answers. And, you raise your children and you love them and you want what's best for them. And then you get this call. How horrible has this been, not only to lose your daughter, but then to feel that you don't have the answers that you need and that you believe her case was mishandled from day one?
Well, number one, it was the most crushing blow of our lives. And I really wasn't in the best shape for quite some time initially, rightfully. We were raising our daughter. We wanted more children, but we were grateful to have one healthy, wonderful young woman. We were raising her to be the best possible version of herself, but not wanting to bring her up like a spoiled brat. I wanted her to be able to stand on her own, walk into a room and feel comfortable with herself. She seemed pretty gregarious and she could bring, all her friends together.
On a personal note, Ellen was an individual who was an achiever and an individual who made big decisions and followed through on them. She wasn't really happy with her postgraduate situation. She decided, and I agree with her, to change it. And she went ahead and moved to Philadelphia. She got a teaching certificate. She got specialty certificates. She's student taught. She did everything.
Master's degrees.
She did everything she had to do on her own. Well, we were like 2 hours away in Harrisburg. Now, 2 hours away, a lot of parents out there are going to say, "Oh, that's almost nothing," and they're right. But our daughter was alone. She was in Philadelphia alone, and she did it all. So it was quite an achievement in my mind.
There's been a lot said about Ellen by some of the officials in this case, that she was suffering from, some anxiety and things of that nature. Would you like to address that at all? Because as it stands right now, her death has been ruled a suicide. It was at first determined to be a homicide and then changed to suicide. Did you have any concerns that Ellen was in a way that made you believe that she was contemplating anything, or that she was depressed or anxious or thinking about taking her own life?
She had anxiety. She was overwhelmed with the number of students per teacher in her classroom. And she had things going, she was planning the wedding, but never did I realize that, after the fact, all these years later, with all the investigation, we didn't know she was having bruising all over her body, that she was being physically abused. I didn't know that.
We knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. I made a deal with Ellen because I didn't feel I could help her. I didn't have a degree in psychology or psychiatry. I was very honest. I made a deal that if Ellen went to a psychiatrist, somebody who could help her situation, which was she was at the same time she was sending out save the state cards for a wedding, she was also saying she wanted to come home. Two very incongruent
We couldn't
things.
figure it out.
So I arranged with Ellen that if she went to a psychiatrist who we found and worked with her, and she said she could come home, she could come home.
Mhm.
Now, we knew there was something different, but we didn't know what it was. When she went to the psychiatrist, we found out a lot of this we found out after Ellen's death, because we never. My concern when she saw the psychiatrist was to help Ellen and try and save the job. Then we found out about bruises, which were consistent with abuse, and Ellen was also had passed. So a lot of things we found out were post haste. We had no reason to think that anything was really, really wrong. We didn't know about the abuse till after the death. I mean,
When we saw the autopsy report, and it was so
we had no
revealing.
reason to suspect that. Like I said, something was different about my daughter, and I was trying to help her and save her job. That's it. Because we didn't think of anything like abuse.
Hey, Crime Fix viewers, I want to tell you about Wondery's awesome podcast. It's called American Scandal. You can listen clicking on our link, wondery.fm/law. Taking this seriously and treating it as a homicide investigation, or take me back to that time, or did it get?
I was so numb. We're not law enforcement people. We were like,
We
we
barely.
were in a batting cage. You know how the balls just keep coming.
We
That's where
basically
we were.
we basically don't even have driver's tickets. I mean, we're law-abiding citizens. We both grew up believing the police.
There was a snowstorm. Then we get this horrific, life-changing news that our daughter is no longer with us.
We didn't even get that.
We're Jewish, so you immediately plan. She was an organ donor, which I want, and I know that was important to her. She wanted to give her organs and her retinas and do all that stuff to help other people. But apparently her autopsy was very extensive till the body was removed from the Philadelphia morgue back to Harrisburg, back to our synagogue. They do Chevra Kadisha, and she was being buried in a traditional Jewish service. It went very, very quickly. I wasn't.
I want somebody to explain to me in any way, shape, or form how this is even remotely possible. Welcome, Trina Dickerson. How this is possible to do to yourself. Listen, guys, I'm retired from fire and EMS. Okay, I've seen a lot of different things in that. Okay. Please explain to me how, first of all, you can bend one time. Okay. If somebody were to do this one time, it's going to, if you look, especially at this one right here, at these two here, that's going to slow your physicality down, your mobility, it's going to pretty much shut it down, period. So to put one of them in there, you can't do it, guys. We can't bend that way. Hey, Mom, how are you?
Hello.
Thank you for joining me. It's great to have you here.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Are you familiar with this case, Mom?
Yeah, I've been working with Surviving the Survivor podcast. I'm the one that put up the billboard in Pennsylvania for Justice for Ellen.
Awesome.
Very familiar with her case.
I
And
should have known better. Yeah.
all the crap that her family's been put through, and
Yep.
yeah.
I covered it like a year ago, roughly. And when I covered it then, it was just like, what the hell? You know, based on my own personal experience of seeing certain things and being involved in certain things. No. Okay. So with the update that popped up the other day with what they're talking about, I'll get back to it in a minute. I have to pull this up here because there's a lot of people that aren't familiar with it. And I
Mhm.
know it's semi-graphic, but still, when you look at this with any common sense whatsoever, having any kind of you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to know anything about, have a medical background. You don't have to know about anatomy or any of that. You look at this and know that this is what was found. It's not possible. It's just not. Okay.
No, it's not. The knife that is in the base of her brain, I'm not talking about the one in her neck, I'm talking about in the base of her brain,
Right here.
would have been
This one.
enough to make her mobility stop to the point where she wouldn't have been able to stab herself the rest of the times. And then if you listen to the 911 call, the world's greatest fiance there, his name
Yeah.
disgusts me. But
Yeah. Yep.
anyway, the 911 call, that is the worst acting I've heard out of probably a handful of 5 top pick
It was
acting
so horrible.
911 calls. And how are you going to do CPR on somebody for several minutes during the night? And I'm using my quotey fingers. And then all of a sudden go, she's got a knife in her chest. Because you didn't notice that when you were doing CPR to start
You
with.
didn't notice that when you walked in the door?
Okay.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. And if you listen to that call, I called this again the other day, just like I did a year ago. He literally says during his scene, as I called it, because he was completely acting. Okay. He literally says, it seems it's in her heart. It's in her heart. How do you know that? Are you a doctor? How do you know that is in her heart?
And as far as her electronic devices, I'm going to back up just a little bit. You have to keep in mind that one of his family members was allowed to come into the property. I believe it was an uncle. I don't have my notes in front of me, but I think it was an uncle that was allowed to come into the property and take her electronic devices. And those were not returned for a time period. So those searches could have easily been put on there whenever that property
Absolutely.
was in the hands of his family.
Absolutely. Why was that allowed? Answer that question. Nobody can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? I look at everybody. First of all, you guys understand something. The fiance was Sam Goldberg, who was an executive with NBC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's money. There's money. That's what everything surrounds. Politicians. Think I was going to say that next. Thank you. Politicians, which we all, I'm sorry. What's his name? Not what's his name. Good God. Hold on a second here. Where'd he go? Where'd you go, bro? I just seen you. Hold on a second.
The useless governor.
What's that?
Are you talking about the useless governor?
No, but yeah, that's who I was going to refer to it. One of the community members just in here and then he disappeared. I've seen him. I hadn't seen him in a long time, but he brought that up. He made that a joke, a little bit of a joke about why he's not the VP. There's Jesse right there. Okay. Why Shapiro was not the how he almost became the Democratic vice president candidate, but he didn't. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Shapiro. Like, think about this. These names are surrounding you and your family. It was very convenient that this man was never looked at. Why was Sam Goldberg never looked at?
Because of the ties that he has. Because money talks and bullshit walks.
That's why Mom.
It was put out as, the ME failed. The investigators failed. Everybody failed Ellen, in my opinion, personally. Every person that was involved with this investigation absolutely failed her.
1,000,001%.
The crime scene should have never been cleaned up. Nope. The owner of that condo or apartment or whatever you want to call it should have been able to go in there. She took the pictures of the crime scene.
Yep.
She took pictures and then she cleaned it up.
Yep. Why is that allowed? Is that allowed in any other crime scene you guys have ever seen or heard of? Ever? Not just on this channel, but any channel that's ever put out at a crime scene or a case that has ever talked about. Have you ever heard of that being allowed anywhere, you guys? Ever?
No. Jesse, I'm around here. I've probably been around since you haven't been around.
Yeah, Jesse.
They call me Mom. If you see Mom in chat, I'm mind of monsters.
Oh
And
yeah,
yes, I'm very no nonsense.
absolutely. She's amazing, Jesse. There's some new peeps in here since you've been around, buddy, but they're all good people. So thank you for jumping in, bud, and for bringing it up again, guys, because again, it is beyond unbelievable that this is allowed. Like everybody talks about corruption and this and that and all these other cases, guys. Look at this. Look at this. A suicide. You gotta miss me with every single bit of that bullshit because there's no way. And anybody that could stand up live and say, "Oh, it's absolutely what I believe this is," and there's no doubt in my mind. I want you to show me your medical license right now, right now. And then I want you to show me the crack attack box that it came out of.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm just saying, it's bullshit. Bullshit. And it for us to be able to sit here and accept it, anybody just accept it. No. Shame on you. That's all I can say. Shame on you. These poor people, this family of this woman. It's been how many years now, Mom, since they've had to hear that their daughter committed suicide?
Oh God, when did this happen? 2011.
Long time. Guys, that's
I don't have my
long.
notes, guys, but I think it's 2011. It'll take me a minute to find it.
It's yeah.
I was cleaning, so I just jumped up.
It's like 14 or 15 years roughly. I can't do math very well, but yeah. So
yeah, and her
listen.
family's been her voice. Like her mom and dad should have never had to do this. They should have never had to go in front of several courts. Like this is not the first time this family's been in front of a court. They should have never, ever had to do this.
Nope. No, they sure shouldn't. They should have gotten the truth given to them from the very beginning and been able to lay their daughter to rest and have a little bit of closure. But no, they've been going for 15 years. I'm just going to call 15 years. 15 years having to have this in their mind and know that this is not at rest. Okay. There's no voice being spoken for Ellen other than theirs. Okay. And they should never have to be that voice. But if they're not, nobody will be. Nobody has been. Okay. It's disgusting to me.
That's absolutely disgusting. And somebody asked where he was nowadays. You talking about the world's best fiance? He actually remarried shortly after Ellen's passing away.
Shortly. Yes.
And he is happily married with, I believe, 2 children.
Well, I'm a little worried about her until he becomes unhappy. I'll just put it that way.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. And here, guys, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the back of the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the chest. If this was self-inflicted, which did she do first? Let's ask that question first and foremost. Which did she do first? Okay, because I'm gonna tell you something. Let's say that the chest was done first. That one knife that they found sticking out of her was in her heart. That would have stopped everything. Let's go with that for right now. But let's just say she didn't do that first. So she did that. She stabbed herself in the heart, and then she turned around and stabbed herself and did some kind of weird alien bend to be able to do this, okay? And did that after? No, she didn't. But, okay, that didn't happen that way. Let's say that she did the back of her neck first. No, she didn't. There's the one in the top of her skull here. You see that? These two right here.
A large gash in the top of her head, and she was covered in bruises.
Huge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bruising was horrible too. Trigger warning, by the way, just so that anybody gets upset with this kind of stuff. Sorry. And thank you, Doodle. What the hell was I gonna say? But like Mom said, and I was showing you guys, this one right here would have paralyzed her. A few of these probably would have, but that would have completely shut down all mobility right there. And then you have these two that are look at the way they're positioned, you guys. Like, how? You can't. And then you're going to move your arms around and do this 8 times? No, you're not. This is beyond stupid to me. And I'm going to call anybody out there, and I have no problem doing this, stupid that believes this. You're stupid. If you believe this, you're just stupid. I'm sorry. And again, anybody that has a medical license that's saying this, I give it to me. I'm going to go burn it for you because it's worthless at this point. This makes me so mad that this family has had to go through this for 15 years. And I mean, I'm grateful now that they're allowing them to be able to have this heard as something other than a suicide. But 15 years later, did you need enough time to be able to cover everything up that you needed to hide? Is that why? Because that's what I'm calling. Just saying.
It should have never been ruled as a self-harm in the first place. Ever, for any reason. Her cause of death should have never been changed. But, you know, like I said, when you have when you have money and you know people, that's all it takes in this country to get it swept under the rug.
That's what's
and hope that nobody's a voice. But in this case, her parents have been the loudest voice for her imaginable.
Agreed. Yes. Yeah, the math, there's no math to this at all, Chopper. There's no math at all. It's sad. It is very sad. I feel so bad for these people. And this woman who obviously was in an abusive relationship, you guys, obviously. Maybe she decided she was done and was going to move on. And that couldn't happen. You can't leave Sam Goldberg. No, it doesn't happen that way because don't you know who I am?
And she was a happy person that, you know, I mean, mental health is real. And what you see on the outside is not sometimes what happens on the inside. But anybody that was around her or could tell you about her would tell you that she was the light in the room. She was a school teacher. She was young. You know, she was in her 20s. You know what I mean? This is not somebody that was just like completely miserable with life and was like, oh, you know, I'm going to turn into the Elastic Man and stab myself multiple times in places that is physically impossible to do.
Right. And I said this last year when I first covered this. If she would have done this in the abdomen, I can go along with that. Okay. I've seen that done. Or she'd have done either her carotid or her jugular veins. Okay. Or arteries. Okay. We can talk about that too. Not this, guys. There's no way in hell this happened. No way. Right. The contortioning that had to have been done for this. And to be able to keep going forward. Listen, guys, when we hurt ourselves, let me ask you guys a question. Mom, you've done this, I'm sure. I know I have. When you say you're walking through the room and you stub your toe on the leg of a chair or a table, what do you do immediately?
Cry out in pain and grab my toe.
Your body goes into a form of shock, right? Because it hurts.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it hurts. If you're stepped on a Lego, those things are horrible.
Those should be, those should be
torture of evil.
Yes, they should be torture devices. So there's that. When you're cutting vegetables in the kitchen, cooking, and you cut your finger, what's the first thing you do? You back up, you stop, you go into a shock form, and you deal with that situation, and you cry out in pain per se. People are different, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Anytime there is any trauma that is done to our bodies, we react. It's a mental thing. You react. Your body reacts to what has just happened to you. Do you think that if somebody stabs themselves once, with the force that it took to, first of all, pierce the skin, the multiple layers of skin, okay? Great, it can be done, but it's not that easy, guys. It just doesn't go in like butter. Understand that. And then, I don't know exactly which, nobody knows which one was done first, whether front, back, and which one of the 10 and 8 it was, but just saying. The one in the front, I'm going to have to venture to say, was probably the last. That knife that was sticking out was probably the last one, which there's a lot of vengeance behind this too. Do you understand that, you guys? Anything that has ever been said about using a knife in a crime, there's anger behind that. There's a lot of anger behind that and a lot of vengeance, like I said, for whatever reason. So, warning label Nina, welcome. Good to have you here. Did Ellen knows something that she shouldn't have known.
Exactly. Or like you said, did she decide it was too much? It was enough. She didn't want to go through with the marriage and she was leaving.
Yeah, right. And yes, Granny, that's true. Knives do get stuck in bone, guys. That's very true. Something's wrong with this and has been wrong with this for 15 years. And it's taken this long for it to become something more than it is because this and notoriety. You got money and a name. You can do whatever you want these days, folks. This ain't cool. This is so wrong on so many levels. And these poor people, they're getting up there in age. Okay. I'm not trying to call them old or anything like that, but they're getting up there in age. They may have never been able to see justice on this, you guys. And I pray to God, I do really, because they deserve it, that something comes out of what's going to happen here and they actually get some truth out of this. And that Ellen's voice gets to be heard. And that she can say, this is not what happened. I did not do this to myself. This is what happened. That's what she deserves.
Yep, I agree. And they're really sweet people too. They're absolutely sweet people. Like when I put the billboard together, I actually met Joel from Surviving the Survivor podcast. I met him at CrimeCon, which me and him had been talking before we met. And that's when we decided that, because he is in direct contact with their parents, to get the billboard up. So I didn't just put it up on the interstate. I put it up over the top of their precious stadium up there.
Awesome.
So anytime anybody would go to a game, they would be able to see it. And it has Shapiro's contact information on it. And, because I'm not playing. And like, if you're on Twitter, there's a whole tag going on. Tag him and ask him. Tag him and ask him why this family hasn't seen justice.
Go for it, guys. Do it. Please. Please do it. Why?
Exactly what Andy said. That's personal. And so if, once you've been doing this for a while, or you do any kind of investigating or anything like that, and I don't mean like as an investigator, I mean, I'm talking an investigator.
Yep.
When you do any kind of investigating, or these cases, or you get deep into these cases, using a knife is a crime of passion. And,
Absolutely.
Trigger warning, but the reason that someone would use a knife over a gun is because you actually feel the action when it happens. You are close enough, you see that person in the eyes, unless you're, a coward and do it from behind. But there are reasons that a knife is used instead of a gun in these types of situations, because that's a crime of passion. That's being able to feel that person's life ending. That's being able to feel the contact of the weapon to the human body.
Yep. Absolutely. And yes, truth. That's exactly it right there. Same thing Andy said. Amen to that one. I mean, I believe he did take a polygraph, or no, different case. I don't think they did anything with him at all. Did they, Mom? They didn't. Nothing. I don't believe.
No,
Nothing
I think
at
he was
all.
arrested for or detained. I don't want to use the word arrested for maybe a day or something. I'd have to pull my notes out. It wasn't very long though.
No, I remember covering that way back then, and it wasn't at all. There was nothing. They didn't even look at him funny, in my opinion. But again, because of who he was.
Yep.
He couldn't have done this.
I don't think he was ever technically arrested. I believe he was detained for questioning purposes, and they can hold you for 72 hours to question you by law. So
absolutely. And again, I'm gonna show this to you guys again because it drives me absolutely utterly insane. Okay. 1 second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I just did this the other night too, and I know I have it here somewhere.
And I agree, Chopper polygraph it's not even admissible in court. And the reason why is because a polygraph goes off of body temperature, your heart rate, and other things that are applied to the human body. So if you tell yourself, say you didn't turn off the coffee pot and your house burned down because you put a piece of paper under the coffee pot and then you left. But in your mind, if you're sitting there that entire polygraph saying, I believe I turned the coffee pot off. I believe I turned the coffee pot off. That's the thought that's going through your mind, which is keeping you calm, and therefore you're going to pass said polygraph test. and that was probably a bad.
Absolutely. No, that was
Scenario,
you made sense. I got you. I want you guys to hear this again. This bothers me to no end. This was the 911 call. Okay. I want you to hear the different levels in voice. Different levels in his voice, and the tone and things like that. It's obvious to me, at least, it was about as fake as it gets. 12 gauge. Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Yes, he is
yeah,
here. You know what? I'm gonna do this too because he did a show last night too on this. I'm gonna drop a link for you, 12 gauge, if you want to join us up here and voice your opinion on this, please, sir, and your feelings on this. There's a link there. Come on back. Meanwhile, I'm gonna play this call, and I want you guys to hear. Listen to the voice, the tone, the sound of the situation, what he describes, and tell me how true to it you believe it is. Okay. Yeah, come on up, 12 gauge. If you're up to it, sir, I would love your thoughts live on this specific scenario and what you feel on this, sir. And tell me if the audio is okay with this, you guys.
Help! I need everything out. I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come. Help! Now!
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no! It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry, please.
Where's she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
So you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie.
You don't know where she's bleeding from?
Ellie.
Blood coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head. I think. But it's everywhere.
Okay,
it's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone.
Thank you.
Philadelphia Fire Department 842. What's the address? No,
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry.
4601 Flat Rock?
Yes.
What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. She's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down. I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on her back. So I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay. Do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay. I can tell you what to do. Okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her flat.
Oh God.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Okay.
Willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay. So get her flat on her back. Bear her chest.
That comment right there. I have to, right? Welcome, 12 gauge.
Hey, thank you, Dago.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, brother. I appreciate you. You did a show on this last night. And there's been a lot of comments about how good the show was and how teaching it was, and a lot of things were learned from it. So I appreciate you joining me and giving your perspective on this whole case too, as well. We're gonna go back to here, but I'm gonna hear this again and the rest of it too. But I what do you think about this so far, 12 gauge?
Well, I just jumped in at a couple minutes ago, so I don't know how far y'all.
Well, I mean, what do you think about the case in general, sir?
Oh, well, I don't think it was a suicide. I believe that it was a homicide, based on the evidence and the autopsy report that I read last night.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of indications of, homicide. And it even said in the autopsy report, the ME described it as a homicide.
Mm-hmm.
And the part that was really that stuck out to me was the news report didn't mention the strangulation.
Nope.
And it stated that in the autopsy.
Yeah.
So that was very telling to me.
I got to agree. I do have to agree. And they even showed the other day when we covered this again, they showed the ligature marking on her neck. They showed where the hyoid was probably broke okay? The bruising, and they said at first that there was, or I can't remember where they said it, but the I always screw up these words sometimes, but I know what I'm saying. Conjunctivi, which are your eyes, okay? The whites of your eye had no petechiae in it, which is broken blood vessels, but that wasn't true. That wasn't true at all. It had every bit of that. So how can you sit there and say that that's not what it was when it actually was?
Exactly.
So at that point, who's doing this? You know what I mean? That's what I don't understand, how this has not been over 15 years looked at and ripped apart and just shredded for what it was given out to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you were talking about the 911 call a couple seconds ago.
Yeah.
And we noticed some inconsistencies in that when we played the 911 call, kind of like what you said.
Yeah.
Both 911 calls sounded different to me. I don't know if it did you,
Yes,
but it
absolutely.
sounded different to me. And also in one he said 30 minutes, and the other one there was 20 minutes.
Yes.
So did you notice that part?
I did. That's a 10-minute difference. How can you make that mistake? How can you make that? You know what I mean? I agree with you. Yes. Yeah, now that you're up here, we can do this. I'm going to go back and play this call again, you guys, and it's split up, and we can break this down, and you guys can hear these things. And again, one thing, when she says, "Can you do CPR?" Well, I have to, don't I?
Yeah.
What kind of a statement is that, you guys? That's you should want to, okay?
Right.
You should want to. So we're going to start this again, and we're going to listen to this again. And again, your guys' input, listen closely, because there's things that you don't really get until you get it, if that makes any sense to you guys. So
Right.
let me know how the audio is, everybody, please, if you're hearing it okay.
Help! I need everything out. I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come. Help!
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no! Oh no!
Apartment.
It's an apartment.
What apartment number?
Please hurry, please.
Where's she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
No, so you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now.
First of all, that was the first thing I caught the first time I heard this. He's freaking out. He's this, he's that, and everything else. And as soon as this woman says, "You got to calm yourself," I go, whoop, just like that. Immediate tone change. If this is real, people can't just turn that off, guys. Come on. We're human beings, okay? When we're in a state of panic, welcome, Ms. Barbara. When we're in a state of panic, especially in a situation like this, I've seen this, guys. I've been on multiple scenes where loved ones are walking into the room where they've just encountered this scenario. You can't calm these people down just by telling them to calm down. It doesn't work that way. Emotions are not on and off, okay? That's the first thing I caught with this. So just so you know. Okay, on we go.
I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie!
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't see where the blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, But it's everywhere.
Okay, so
it's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on.
Eyewitness News is revealing
Sorry about that. So, do you hear how he's all over the place?
Yeah.
And I mean all over the place. Okay?
Well, he says when I can't see her. And then when they describe the crime scene, she is in a way where he wouldn't be able to see her. But they also stated that it looked like it had been staged because she was slumped over, and then when he goes to start CPR, he says it looks like she fell on a knife.
You're right. You are right. When he got to that part, as soon as I went, it looks like she fell on the knife, or she stabbed her. He says actually, it looks like she stabbed herself, or no, she fell on a knife, or no, she stabbed herself. He was all over the place, you guys. Like he was trying to think up the scenario as he went on the phone. You see what I'm saying? And the tone of his voice, no. And yes, Metamom, this is true. If you guys have ever heard the Chad Dorman 911 call where this man killed his children, okay? The mother comes into the scene, she calls 911. That is real and true panic, period. This guy was going for an Emmy Award or something, I'm telling you, because it's all acting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. It's horrible, okay? So here we go again.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie.
Again, I forgot about that. There's nothing broken. There's got to be blood everywhere. What the hell would broken have to do with blood? And tell me that you didn't see this knife sticking out of her chest. Bullshit. Come on. I got to call bullshit. Miss Barbara, if you're here, please call bullshit because that's bullshit. This is a knife that's sticking out of your chest. You didn't see that, bro? Come on now.
Yeah.
It is hard. I'm sorry, guys. And there's a trigger warning on there because it is rough to hear, but it's so fake. Okay. Here we go again.
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't tell where blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head, I think. But it's everywhere.
Okay,
it's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone.
Philadelphia Fire Department 842. What's the address? No,
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please hurry.
4601 Flat Rock?
Yes.
What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. She's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down. I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way. Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on
Hey,
her back.
Bago, pause it a second. Do you think he called 911 twice? Because the operators sound different in both recordings. Do you believe that he called 911 twice?
Well, what I think happened, because it has happened here, I think in some places, if you dial 911, it goes to either a general dispatcher or like a police dispatcher. And when you give what your emergency is, sometimes they have to transfer you to like the medical services side of dispatch. I think that's what may have happened here. I was listening to that the other day to try to figure this out. I think, but you're right. There's two different. The first dispatcher, I think, when he dialed 911, it called into maybe police dispatch. And as soon as she said what it was, she said, hang on a minute, hold their line or something like that. And they'll put you through to the medical side of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I think may have happened. I could be wrong, you guys, but I do believe that's what it was. And that's the other thing. She was lying on her back, he said. Right. Thank you, fair maiden. But how do we know that this scene was found? Mom, 12 gauge?
She was slumped over against the cupboard.
Right.
Against the cupboard by the sink.
Did he put her on the ground on her back? Because if he would have done that, he would have known the knife was sticking out of her chest like that. But couldn't tell what was wrong with her. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. Georgia, huh?
What?
Are you talking about me or somebody else? Him?
Me?
Not you. The guy in the 911 call. If that's what you're referring to, Georgia, then I don't know about that, but nobody in here's that way. I don't know.
I missed it.
She said, "Are you the racist woman beater?" That's not nobody in here that I know of. You might have the wrong channel, unless you're referring.
We're talking about that ass hat that started all the drama, and no, this ain't the same guy.
No idea, but not the right channel for that. Sorry. If you're a troll, it's not gonna work in here. Sorry.
I'm like, what?
that was funny. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, with the door locked, it was right, Sleuth or Salty. Sorry. On we go. On we go. On we go.
Going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her
Oh, God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
Are you willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest, okay? You want to rip her shirt off. Okay? Kneel down by her side.
Oh, my God. Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you
Okay, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper. Oh, my God. She stabbed herself.
Where?
She fell with a knife. Oh, no. Her knife's sticking out.
What?
Okay, now. This is so stupid. I'm sorry. This woman's been laying on her back, according to him, this whole time. Okay. If there is a knife sticking out of your chest, okay, it's sticking up. You're looking down at her. You see the knife. He goes to do CPR and he goes, oh no, she stabbed herself. What the hell? This is so stupid. How did police not hear this and go, what?
Because the knife was said to be about 13 inches long, right?
Yeah,
It was a
like
steak knife.
big, folks. It's a big one. Okay, a big kitchen knife. Thank you, Doodlebug. So anyway, this is so fake. It is beyond fake, you guys. And the guy he needs acting lessons. Let me put it that way.
There's a knife sticking out of her heart.
Oh, she said.
There again. The knife is in the woman's chest, dear. Unless you're a doctor and you can see through her chest, how do you know it's sticking in her heart for sure? The guy is writing his own script as he goes in his mind, okay? That's my opinion. I'll just put it that way. What's the matter, Sarah? Hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, I guess I have to with the thing, right? So there's another point there.
Stabbed herself?
I guess so. I don't know where she fell on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, don't touch it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Now, agreed. Agreed, Salty. Here's the thing, guys. I don't know about you guys. I stopped like standing knives up around my kitchen like this for years and years ago so that people would fall on them. You know, because, you know, they stand up on end on the ground. Like when you set a knife down, it stands straight up and down like this, right? That's so dumb. How the hell would you fall on a knife like that?
Well, he also left out when he was talking about breaking the door down. When you read the police report, it says he texted her, emailed her, and called her.
Yep.
And then it even has the text messages that he sent. And those text messages, they start from hello to, oh, you're going to get it or something like that. Or you just don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
he
getting
gets angrier.
angry. Is
Yeah,
what it says.
I'm getting angry. Yeah.
Yep. Which we, you know, that tells that he definitely has a temper. But who the hell emails somebody that they can't get inside the house?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whenever I can't reach my wife, guys, I don't email her. Just saying, I don't do that. Sorry. Maybe they do. I just thought that was a little off too. But I called her and texted her. I got you. It makes sense, but not emailing. I think that's just something was thrown in to make it sound good. But yeah, his text messages, they definitely got, like Mom said, they got worse as they went down. His temper was being, you know, whatever. And that's something he didn't hide from the situation if he was trying to. So again, very, very, very good point, sir. On we go.
Okay, so I just let her here now. I mean, what do I do?
No, I mean, you can't. If the knife is in her chest, it's going to be kind of hard for you to do CPR at this time.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Police, which operator? 277.
Is someone coming here?
Yes, they are. You said 4601 Flat Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, someone's on the way. And the knife is still inside?
Which or what?
The knife is still.
I also want you guys to listen to the inflection of his voice as it goes up and down. Calm, panic, calm, panic, calm, panic. That's how you can tell. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness is what he said. Gee Willikers, is that coming next? Oh my goodness. Gee Willikers. Come on, guys.
Inside of her?
Yes, I didn't take it out.
Was it her chest or what area?
It's in her chest. It looks like it's right in her heart.
Okay, someone's on the way out there. Okay, just get.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
How old is she?
She's 27.
27, and there's no sign of life at all. Like, pinch her into her arm.
No, please don't be. What?
Pinch her into her arm and tell me if she responds to pain.
Ellie. She's not. Her hands are still warm. I don't know what that means, but there's blood everywhere. I mean,
I know, but you can't. And the knife is still inside of her. How far? Can you see how far it went in?
it looks pretty deep.
There's blood everywhere. So you came through that door and there's blood everywhere and you had no idea. First thing he said was, I don't know if she broke something, but there's blood everywhere.
Right.
This is wrong in every way you can think of. Okay.
Didn't they think there was a cleanup as well? Cleanup?
I've heard
Yeah.
that. Mom, you said something about that, didn't you?
The owner of the apartment or condo or whatever you want to call it for proper terminologies was called in and told that she could go ahead and clean it. And she actually took her own personal photos before she touched anything, and then she cleaned the apartment.
And that's illegal right there in itself, to take pictures of a crime scene if you're not law enforcement. You guys know that, right? Because they could be put out anywhere. So you can't do that kind of thing.
Wow.
It's insane to me.
So did she prop her up while she was cleaning?
This was
I'll be right.
afterwards.
Do what?
I'll be right back, you guys. Go ahead and keep.
Okay.
No, the owner of the condo or apartment or whatever you want to call it, had no, that was after she had been removed. It was a few days.
Oh, okay. What do I call you? I don't know who you are.
I'm Mind of Monsters. You can call me Monsters, Mind, Mom. They call me different things. I'll answer to about just anything.
Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Are you a local?
No.
No.
I'm from Texas.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I was covering this last night, and it just sounded very suspicious how the crime scene was described in the police report. You know, the way that it was written, the wording, the autopsy, all of it just sounded like it was. Well, the autopsy sounded genuine because it was ruled as a homicide at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That was before they changed it to suicide, I guess.
Yep. It was changed numerous times. It was first a homicide, and then it was a self-harm or suicide, and then it went back to a homicide, and then back to a suicide.
Well, the one part that stuck out to me also is when they were discussing the clavicle area, you know, the knife wound by the clavicle.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that she was right-handed. Well, how can you feasibly do that with your right hand?
You can't.
Stabbing yourself that deeply, you know, because the autopsy stated it went in pretty deep, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't think for 1 second she did this to herself.
Okay.
From the beginning, that's my.
I don't know exactly how long this is. Okay. This is not a kitchen knife, but it's still a knife. Okay.
Right.
Now, to get to that point where we saw in that photo, to do this shoulder dislocates, so I probably can't, but even going this way, to be able to go, understand something, you have to go out to come in. Okay. You can't just reach back there and poke. You're not going to do that damage to get in deep enough. And they said it was in there fairly deep, guys. You can't do it. Now, left-handed, that's even hard. Well, at least for me, it is. It's even harder to do that. There's no way that this woman did this. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I said, the initial trauma and shock of the knife entering the body is going to stop you immediately. So how did you do that and then do it 9 more times? You can't.
And each time, they said there was some wounds that were postmortem, right?
Yeah.
After she would, that there was some stab wounds that were postmortem.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And this is absolutely for educational purposes, you guys. That's why I'm showing you these things. But seriously, like, the initial shock of it entering the body is going to stop you. And the knife would drop out of her hand, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. How did you get the other 9? and then be able to turn around and do it to your chest? No, guys. No, come on. This makes no sense to me. And I don't understand how anybody has allowed this to go for this long.
Well, think of it like this, Dago, as well. You know, they said supposedly she was cutting fruit, right?
Yeah.
Because they found 2 knives in the sink. Neither
Mhm.
one had blood or anything on them. So
Right.
she was cutting fruit. She was standing up at one point. Wouldn't it have been easier to stab herself standing up than sitting down or slouching?
In the chest, sure. In the back of the neck, no. There's no way. And like Mom said,
Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe the back of the
no,
neck. No.
there's no way possible. Okay. And if here's the thing, like Mom said, the one neck wound where it went into the base of her brain, that would have shut everything down right there.
Yeah.
Completely shut it down, because typically the base of your brain, okay, when you there's like nerve and electrical wiring,
Right.
I call it, there, that would have been severed at some point. I would imagine by sticking a knife in there, that would shut everything down. Where'd Mom go?
I don't know.
She must have fallen off. What happened?
What also said that her lungs filled up, one lung filled up with 500 milliliters of blood. I don't know if you can say blood on your channel. I already did. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, you're fine. You're
Okay.
fine.
And the other one was 600 milliliters. So her lungs were filling up in the pleural cavity
Yeah,
of that, you know. So if anything, she was suffocating as well, right?
absolutely. Now,
Yeah.
let's not forget that we found. There she is. Welcome back, Mom.
I
What
got
happened?
my swamp signal kicked in. We're the stupid hurricane season, tropical storm, whatever. Stupid swamp signal. I'm back though.
I get it. Salty goes through that too sometimes. I understand.
It's
So yeah,
irritating.
it is. I get it. I get it. But no, you're right. And then we have the ligature marks that we're seeing. And I'm gonna show you something, guys. We've heard enough of this call to know that it's fake, so we don't need to hear the rest of it. 1 second here. I showed this the other day as well. Give me a second. Give me a second. I gotta find it where I have it at. One second here. I just
Hello.
the other day, and I thought it was really interesting to me. I'm gonna definitely throw a trigger warning for this, because this shows specific photos that could trigger people. So please, guys, if you do get triggered by this, feel free to step out. It's quite all right. If we could throw, in fact, hold on, let me do this real fast for you guys. As soon as I find it, hold on.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
Content may include sensitive or violent content not suitable for all viewers. Feel free to step out if needed.
Okay, just to ensure you guys all know, that's a big one. You can't miss that. So, just wanted to make sure. Definite trigger warning. Okay. This may get to you guys, and please feel free. Don't feel embarrassed, or you won't be judged. None of that. Just do what you got to do, guys. I understand completely. Some people can handle this, some people can't. I could eat my breakfast over this stuff. It's no big deal. I'm so used to it. So, all right. Let me show you something real fast here. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, if you see, oh, wait a minute. Again, this footage is produced via Gavin Fish. He did a lot of stuff on this, and I really appreciate what he has done. Okay, right here. And he actually filters this so you can see it a lot clearer. But this is he claims that he believes, and it makes sense, this is like blood scratching, like blistering, that could be from somebody doing this with their nails to try to get under something that there is choking them. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay. But I want you to see this filtered when he lights this up, and you could right here. Okay. Now you can very clearly see the bruising by what looks like a ligature device. Okay. It's a very small, thin, could be a wire, a rope, something in that form, but you see it there. Okay. I'm sorry, Alicia. I'm sorry. That's why I threw the trigger warning up. But there it is. Why was this not talked about? 12 gauge, you said it. Mom, you both know this was not talked about. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
No, it's not talked about.
Guys, it's there. You see it right in front of your faces. It's right there. Why wasn't that put into the report? Why was it not talked about?
Gavin's done amazing work. Like he is just a great human being all the way around. He does a lot of good work for a lot of cases.
Yes,
but
that's why I go to him.
Gavin is a rock star. I love Gavin.
Agreed. Now, see, back and again, he claims that these things here, and I agree with him. Somebody puts something around your neck, you're grabbing, you can't breathe, you're pulling, your nails are digging in. Bingo. 100%. 100%. And then he shows, now this is definitely a trigger warning, guys, this next part. So please close your eyes, hold your stomach, whatever. Okay. But this is inside after they've done the autopsy and they scale back the skin and this net. You see this right here? These are busted blood vessels within the hyoid area. Okay. That don't happen from nothing, you guys. I'm just saying. Just saying. Now you're going to tell me that this Emmy did this and said this was a suicide? No. There were bruising. There was bruising all over her arms and her upper body areas and so on and so forth. And strangulation. Obvious, strangulation. That was not talked about. But
do you think she was surprised from the back, like somebody surprised her while she was cutting the fruit?
I do.
And then started stabbing her?
Well,
I don't think she was surprised. In my opinion, I don't think she was surprised. I think she knew who it was. He stood behind her.
Well, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, do you think she was caught off guard? She was caught off guard.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think I personally, here's my theory on this real quick. And then you guys, whatever. But I think he was in the apartment with her. There was an argument. He came up behind her. Maybe she said, I'm leaving. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm out. Or maybe something nicer. Maybe we need to take a break. Things aren't working out. You're not going to do that to me. So on and so forth. You know what I mean? And he comes behind her. And I think that happened first. I think the strangulation happened first. Okay. Obviously. I think that's what happened. And then he had to, what do I do now? How do I get out of this? What do I do? Well, I'm going to make it look like she was attacked or she did it to herself, which is his theory. Obviously, we heard him. She fell on a knife. And then either she stabbed herself or she fell on a knife. No, guys, come on. Has anybody ever been around in an area where a knife would be sticking up that you could fall on it like that? Come on.
No.
It doesn't make
sense.
Never.
If you were a samurai soldier, maybe.
I mean, when I did my live and I talked about this, it sounds kind of sarcastic, but look at it this way. So the stab wounds to her back alone, the stab wounds to her chest, what the hell did she do? Take a piece of plyboard and mount a bunch of knives on it and then just stand there and back into it and then turn around and run into the front of it? I mean, kind of sarcastic, but in reality.
And she was found, Cap. She was leaning over slouched over the cover or the counter area. Okay. That's how she was found. I initially, I mean, I think I'm right with that. Right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, but still. But then we hear the call. She's flat on her back. Which again, if that's the case, there's the knife is sticking out of her chest. You're going to see that as soon as you walk in the door. But you didn't. I don't know. She broke something. What? Like none of this makes any sense.
Hey guys, I got to take a phone call. Be right back. I'm gonna mute
Okay.
myself. Okay.
No problem. No problem, brother. Take your time. And then they put in the report. Let me back this up here. Let me see something here. The conjunctivae. One second. The conjunctivae, they have no petechiae. But they did. Okay. The body is of a 5'7", 136-pound white female who appears compatible with reported age of 27 years old. The atraumatic scalp is covered by brown hair. Facial bones have no palpable fractures. The irids are brown. The sclera are white. The conjunctivae have no petechiae. Excuse me. The external auditory meatuses have no discharge. The nares are patent. Sorry. Hold on a minute. I always do this. There we go. Doing, I can see. The nasal bones and nasal sputum are intact. The lips are atraumatic. The oral cavity has no injuries. The tongue has no injuries. The teeth are natural and in good repair. The neck is symmetric. That's not true. The chest is symmetric. That couldn't have been true either because of certain other things. Okay. The abdomen is flat. The body habitus is mesomorphic and the back is symmetric. The upper and lower extremities have no deformities or fractures. The external genitalia are those of an adult female. The anus and perineum have no trauma or abnormalities. Okay, so they described completely everything, but they didn't put in certain other things. Stab wound A of the chest is an elliptical horizontal. Okay, that's not important, but at the point, hold on a minute here. Give me a second. I want to get to another part of this. The decedent, here we go. 27-year-old female, history of anxiety. You see how that was thrown in there. But still, per the police investigation, the decedents live in fiance, returned home from the gym to find door locked, security latch on the door. He made several attempts to by the way, last year when we did this, there was a demonstration done to show how you can lock this door from the outside. No lie. You can latch that latch from the outside of the door and unlock it from the outside.
Oh, wow.
I saw it done.
It's a hotel latch.
Yeah, 100%. It's
As
one of
a
those
safety mechanism. We actually had a little man-made tool at Plaza that we used to use to open those bad boys with.
Absolutely. You could do it with a string. A string, you guys.
Fishing string works perfectly.
All you need to do is you slide it over that, pop, and it opens right up. Or you can latch it the same way from the outside with a little crack, and then you pull the door shut and it's locked. What do I do? How do I get in? That whole thing could have been set up, and it only takes a matter of seconds to do it, you guys. That's the funny thing. So again, it says right here to find the door and security latch on the door, and that was done purposely to set the scene. Okay, that's why I completely believe that this was staged. He made several attempts to contact the decedent by yelling into the apartment, sending her a series of text messages, sending her an email, and calling her phone. The fiance ultimately broke into the apartment and found her dead in the kitchen, along with the maintenance guy that was with him. Okay, had to have a witness. Think of it. He had to have a witness there. Somebody to see him break in and see this. Part of the staging, in my opinion. Multiple stab wounds to the chest, abdomen, and back of neck. A knife, 12.5 centimeter blade is present in one of the chest wound. At a depth of 10 centimeters, there is an incised wound to the right occipital scalp, which was that one we saw up here on the top of the head. Okay. The wounds are associated injuries to the aortic arch, the upper lobe of the left lung, which is what 12 gauge was talking about, bleeding into the lungs. Okay. And they tell you about how much it was in here in a second. Left lung, liver, and the cervical spinal cord. That's shutting everything down. If you cut into that, you shut it all down, guys. It's like cutting the electrical cord to a television.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was the C2, C3 level dorsally. The spinal cord injury was elevated grossly by neuropathology. It was concluded that the injury to the spinal cord would not have, well, they say that. I don't believe that. It says that would not have incapacitated the decedent. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. Your spinal cord is like your electrical cord. What are you doing? Hush. Sorry, guys. Where'd it go?
He agrees. He agrees. There you go.
I guess so. Yes. There, and this is what gets to me right here. Therefore, the decedent would be able to inflict the subsequent stab wounds to her body. No, guys. This was definitely, in my opinion, written to support the narrative that was being pushed at this point. There are bilateral hemothoraces and a hemopericardium, a small collection of subarachnoid blood all over the vermis and the base of the right cerebellar hemisphere. There are no gross defects to the parenchyma of the cerebellum or brainstem. Multiple contusions are on upper and lower extremities. So those are the bruisings. And, you know, a contusion is deep, guys, okay? In various stages of resolution, meaning older bruising, that it is, you know, when they start to turn like yellow and purple and all that, they're getting older. So, that's true. It's also possible to asphyxiate someone without breaking the hyoid bone too. Very true. Very true. Typically that happens, but you can do it. And you cannot breathe with a broken hyoid. That's very true as well. It supports all of this stuff. It was concluded that the injury to, or no, we're beyond that. Sorry, guys. DNA analysis of the bloodstains on the knife and the decedent clothing only match her DNA analysis of the decedent's laptop, provided no additional information. So, okay, so this here, the manner in which you heap speculation on, oh, this was the letter he got about this case, the stuff that he was showing about this case, basically a cease and desist type situation, saying that he's being defamatory, so on and so forth, against the fiance. So it's ridiculous. Goldberg, I'm sorry. Is there more here? Did I miss? Yeah, okay. There was something else I was going to show you. Oh, yeah. That was the letter, what that was about. And this here. Oh, they just showed that again. There was something else I wanted to show you guys. It was in here. I guess maybe it was in another video. But anyway, again, none of this makes any sense. None of it does. So 15 years it's taken. Hey, Claire, good to see you. 15 years it's taken for these parents to get anybody to look at this and say, what the hell? You know what I mean? Finally. And I have a feeling that they're going to have a hard time still. Welcome, Butterfly. Because I think these people that were involved initially are going to try to step in the middle of this and keep it quiet. Okay.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad that it's taken so long for them to get to this point, you know, to be able to go back in and get the investigation restarted, so to speak, a little bit, you know?
I do agree. Thank you, Salty. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay. Thank you, Salty. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, so this was sent. Salty dropped this here for me because she's so good at helping me to produce things. I'll just read the whole thing to you guys. It doesn't matter. Osborne, who's now, mind you, there was I showed you guys the other day some conversations, and I think it was a video showing who the Emmy was and who was his boss, and then who was his boss's boss, and so on and so forth. And they were stating that there were that this doctor had not been reprimanded or anything like that. He claimed in an interview live that he had never been reprimanded for anything that he did wrong, so on and so forth. It was proven to be a lie. There was multiple reprimands for different things that were just bad scenarios, that he was calling things wrong. He wasn't doing his job in full effect. He wasn't, just all of that stuff. Okay. So I'm going to read through this. I sent you oh, did you? Hold on. Is there more? Oh, derp. Okay, hold on 1 second then. Thank you, Salty. I did have this in that slideshow. I just wasn't able to pull it all. Anyway, I'll just read this one part. That'll give you guys the idea as to what we're looking at. So Osborne, who is now an associate medical examiner. Hold on a minute, guys. 1 sec. Oh yeah. Sorry again. Who's now an associate medical examiner in Palm Beach County, Florida, and declined to comment on further story, testified at deposition that at the time of autopsy, I did believe I had enough information to rule Ellen's death a homicide. But when he informed police of his findings, he said they asked him to list the case as pending. Why? Why would that ever be anything? If you have information like that, why would Ellie come in and say, "Can you just list it as pending for right now?" That's weird. Sorry. While they continued investigating in an unusual move, 2 days later, a police spokesperson was already publicly disputing Osborne's findings, saying police were leaning towards suicide and looking into some mental issues Ellen may have had. Sorry. Given the stark difference of opinion, Osborne said he decided to have a neuropathologist examine Ellen's spinal cord to see whether it was damaged to the point that it would have rendered her incapable of inflicting the subsequent wounds to herself, including the final wound to her chest. Osborne, who testified that the spinal cord was an important question, and it very much is, guys, because it controls the body, okay? Said that he asked Lucy Rourke Adams, a renowned neuropathologist who retired from the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia in 2015, to conduct the exam. But instead of having her come to the ME's office, Osborne said he walked a section. Listen to this, you guys. He walked a section of Ellen's spinal cord over to Rourke Adams at CHOP in very heavy snow for an informal curbside exam. What? Are you kidding me? Is that even legal? Is that even legal?
No.
He said she didn't do a microscopic exam, but was still able to tell him that the dura, or the sheath covering the spinal cord, was cut, but not the spinal cord itself. And there was no indication Ellen lost motor function. I'm calling bullshit again. Okay. I'm calling bullshit. You're standing outside on the curb of a building, looking at a spinal cord saying, "Does this look cut to you?" Guys, who does that?
The great state of Pennsylvania.
No. Holy wow is right. I was flabbergasted by the absence of professionalism surrounding that review. Dr. Osborne testified he had Dr. Rourke Adams do Pedraza. The family's lawyer said essentially he's taking a pickle jar with Ellen's spine and brainstem through the piled up snow, walking with that across the street or a couple of streets, thrusting it into her hand and saying, give me a look-sees. Guys, this is disgusting. Okay? Disgusting.
Like I said, she was completely failed by every official that ever went near her case. Completely and total, utter failure. And they should all be ashamed of themselves, fired and disbarred. And that's my opinion.
I'm right with you, Mom.
I agree. I second that.
And here it is. No report by Rourke Adams was created, and a bill for her work was never found. She told the Inquirer in 2018 that she had no recollection of conducting the exam.
Well, of course she didn't.
Because she could lose her license for doing something like that as well. Okay.
Damn Skippy.
Again, and that without a report or bill for her services, I would conclude that I did not see the specimen in question. Although there is a remote possibility that was shown to me. Bullshit. Absolute 100% total bullshit. I don't understand why these things are being allowed to be said or done. Even if it wasn't done, why are they even allowed to say it? Okay.
I agree with Green-Eyed PI. They never measured her arms in the autopsy to see if she could even reach.
See, there's another these things are important, guys. And once again,
yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, you just have to ask yourself, who the hell reaches around? Like, that's an awkward position to start with. I mean, technically, I guess you could, but the way the human brain works, like if you look at this from a physical, common sense scenario, the human body is built not to be able to hurt yourself. Like, you can inflict a certain amount of pain on yourself before your body, your brain sends signals to your nerves and your muscles to say that hurts. Stop.
And your body will make you stop. The knife would have fallen out of her hand. I'm telling you guys, that's why I explained to you. Okay, like for instance, if I take this and poke myself, I'm going to go and move away from it. It's an automatic reaction. There's no way you're going to be able to do that 10 times.
20.
Well, in the back, I meant, but yes, in total, 18, 20. Again, one more thing you got to understand is you have to be able to, let alone the length of her arms, okay, stretched out, right? You have to go backwards. Your shoulders only rotate back so far. So with a 13-inch blade, you're going to have to come back a distance to be able to go inward. You're not going to start at the base. You can't just start and push in. You got to back up and come inward. That doesn't make any sense, guys. Motor skill wise, it just doesn't work.
Butterfly, hi, love.
So
also, Dago, when somebody's being stabbed from the front, they're not just going to stand there and let somebody stab them. They're moving around. So all these stab wounds, there's some of them that were done almost in the same area more than once. It's almost like the person was removing the knife and then stabbing in the same area again.
Right, and
to make sure that they got the organ right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. And to hear the fact that I think it's in her heart, and that the knife was in the heart. You were looking for a specific spot when you put that knife in and left it there, okay? Did you hit it right away, or did you have to move around a little bit to find it? Because we know where it is on our chest, roughly. I could show you exactly where it is, but unless you have that experience, a lot of people don't know for a fact that it's, you have to go off to the side a little of something. Mind you, we also have ribs here and our sternum and all these things that if you don't hit that right, you can get a knife stuck into a bone, folks, to where it gets stuck too.
Yeah.
So, you don't know, unless you have some kind of a medical background, you don't know a lot of this stuff. Where's all the blood? She was moved in, my opinion. Well, no, there was blood everywhere. He said, I didn't see the scene itself, but it was also told to me that it was all cleaned up after the fact. Okay.
You haven't seen the scene pictures?
I don't remember if I showed those last year. I think I did. I can't remember right this moment because I've done so much stuff since then.
I'll send you a link.
I
Did
think
he have 8 hours to clean it up, Dago?
what? Yeah, right. Did they find a latent footprint too? You know what I mean? I mean, this is ridiculous, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometime after work, Adams' alleged spinal cord exam, Osborne and former chief medical examiner Sam Galino, who resigned in August of 21 amid controversy over his office's handling of the remains of MOVE bombing victims, said that they were asked to attend a meeting with members of the district attorney's office and Philadelphia Police Department. Galino said such a meeting was unusual. Neither pathologist remembered another like it during their time in Philadelphia. It's clear that they were presenting information because they felt that the manner of death was different from what had been ruled, testified Galino. I mean, it is what it is, you guys. It's there in black and white. Okay. Hold on. Sorry about that. What is going on with my computer? Screen sharing was canceled. Oh yeah, I did it on purpose. Okay, hold on. And thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. The first one is a picture of the knife, and then a computer generated below it. And the second one is the link to Gavin's website that's all about Ellen. But he's got all the documents on Patreon now, which I've got some of the documents.
Yeah,
PDFs, but
I had a lot of this stuff last year. And I lost a bunch of stuff, and I couldn't find the files. Mama Bear has the stuff. Something's not working here. It wants me to download, install, and then add some kind of a weird extension thing, AV1 extension or something.
was that for the picture or for the?
I think so. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll screen snip the picture then. It was just a picture of the weapon just to show how long it was.
That's fine. Yeah, that would probably be easier and quicker. Go ahead and do that if you don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you
The
very
second
much.
thing I sent you though is the link to Gavin's website, and it's got like security camera footage.
Yeah.
It has some pretty graphic photos, and I mean it's got a lot of really good information on there.
It opened up. I have that with we watched the cams the other day, the from like the gym area and all that and stuff like that, and then the elevator area and all that. Definitely. Yeah, here's something that is important to see, you guys. That's not just a small knife, okay? And if you look, I hate this to be gross again, trigger warning. And I agree, Salty, horrible. But look on the blade, you see that a clean blade, but look how far in this went. All of this is dried blood, okay? But look how far down the blade it was. That was way in there, guys. There's Mama Bear.
Dago, I want to say something right quick.
Please do.
The lecture marks that you were talking about?
Yes.
It just dawned on me that possibly the individual who did this made the person pass out and then started stabbing them, because that knife would have slipped out of their hand and cut them up pretty good, because it looks like it has very little grip to it. It's so small.
Yeah, very much. I agree with you. I still think that the strangulation happened first. I do agree with that, because again, somebody's going to be dancing around trying to get away from that knife, right?
Yes.
So how are you going to hold them still?
Yeah, there's going to be a struggle. Like you come at me with a knife. Oh, there's going to be a struggle, because I'm going to do my best to take it away from you and use it on you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think that happened first, and then that was done after the fact to build a narrative for it. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's insane to me. Absolutely insane to me. I don't understand it. I don't. What I want to know well, I do know, I gotta say, because I think all three of us here can agree why this was covered up, I guess you could say. And how it was covered up, okay? But how far do you go to do something like this? And how do you sleep at night and live your life and have your jobs in some senses still? 15 years, guys. That's a long ass time. And I'm still worried for this family that once this does come forward and they do this, that I still think they're going to struggle to get through this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh yeah.
They're not just going to let this go.
They've already been put through alone. It's completely emotional roller coaster and an emotional disaster.
Yes, ma'am.
This was their baby. This was their daughter that they were so proud of, that had made a life for herself and was, a professional businesswoman, if you will.
Yep. And I got to say,
opinion, met a narcissist that took her life. Again, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we had some comments last night in my chat, and I had some people up on panel, and we were discussing the relationship part of it.
That's where I was going next. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take over the show, but we were discussing how even though some couples may look like everything's great, behind the scenes, it could be very full of turmoil. And the mom and dad seem to have liked this guy, but in reality, if you don't live, they live 2 hours away. A lot could happen at that distance that they had no clue was going on.
And then again, as a parent of older, children I have 2 boys that are older. They're both in their 20s. So, even if I didn't like a significant other that they were with, out of respect for my child, I wouldn't openly show that. I may opinionate it, but I wouldn't openly show it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, we just
hold on 1 second. All right, sorry, my son. Hold on. What did you say? Sorry, my kid keeps talking to me and I don't even know what he's saying. Sorry about that. Anyway, go ahead.
Hello,
What you got?
Boy.
What you say?
I said hello to the boy.
Yeah, he's back and forth. What about this? What about that? I don't know. I'm in the middle of something. Let me finish. Anyway, so what were you guys just saying there? I completely missed the end of it.
We were talking about the best fiance in the world there, and her parents' opinion of him, or possible, not expressing their true opinion of him out of respect and love for Ellen.
I think that it was an abusive relationship, in my opinion. Okay.
I think so too, because she had reached out to them about coming home.
Right. And why would you do that if you're engaged to the person you want to marry and spend the rest of your life with? Why would you need to come home?
If all is well, you're definitely not going to want to come home. You're going to be happily planning a marriage and getting all the stuff set up. That's, that dream that, possibly every little girl, and I'm not putting this out on everybody because some people don't want to be married, but, some little girls just grow up like that. Some little girls grow up and play dress up and, they play out their whole wedding, and this and that. So, I mean, that could have possibly been how she grew up. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
So as a parent, you want to be happy for your child. Even if you don't like this other that they picked, you try to see the bright side of it out of love and respect for that person. Being your child.
Yes. And the fact that she had, old bruises on her body says something. I'm sure she didn't get those or give those to herself as much as they want us to believe stuff like that. So, no. And then Wheezy Snacks, hello. We're talking in regards to the Ellen Greenberg case, Wheezy. And that's what I'm saying. Different stages of healing. So there's old ones, new ones.
Just the text messages alone that were released. I mean, that right there shows you that he was aggressive.
Very much so. Him himself, yeah.
Answer me in 3 or 4 messages. I'm getting angry.
Right.
You know,
like
he could have possibly sent those thinking in his mind, well, I'm going to send these messages. That way it shows that there's history of text messages between me and her, you know, because true crime's not a new thing. I mean, ID's been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And what does it mean when Sam gets angry?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you're going to have another bruise at the end of the night? Sadly. And this guy just comes off as me, the very arrogant, cocky, I'm Sam Goldberg. You can't touch me. You have to do what I want. This is my life. You're just in it. You know what I mean? So.
Yep.
No.
It just stinks too bad, you know. Everything about it.
Everything. And that's what I now in question. I bring to question at this point, knowing all that. Why did these people allow for this to happen? Who was in whose pocket? Who threatened whose career or their life? Or how did this all go down? Because it's got to be that way. There's no other way that makes this make any sense, you guys. You see what I'm saying? So who was in whose pocket? Period. I mean, to start there. And how did it roll downhill?
Yeah, I mean, he comes from a wealthy family that, like I said, that has ties to higher people. And, you know, sadly, that's, you know, if you look at that scenario, we see that scenario more often than we don't. You know, there is a handful of cases where it doesn't matter who you're tied to. If someone is a loud enough voice, something's going to be done. It should have never taken this long for them to get to this point where they're going to be heard once again. You know, and you're taking all that pain, and you might as well just get a shovel and dig it all up again, because it's all going to get brought back out to the front once again for her mother and father, who should not have had to go through this to start with.
And they've been through more than enough, right? Agreed.
What's almost like the inadequacy of the police investigation, because they didn't even fingerprint the knife. What kept them from doing that? So the inadequacy of the police investigation, that tells you that, you know, somebody gave orders to do certain things, not do certain things, not to look into certain things. Let's just get this going.
Corruption at its best, in my opinion, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, Pennsylvania is another one of those states that if you actually start looking hard into Pennsylvania, just think about the few cases that we've heard of in the last few years, like Calavente, that was Pennsylvania.
Oh my God.
The man climbed out of a prison.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. A lot of things happen that shouldn't, you know, for sure. And then like Truth just said, is he an only son? Has been getting away with abusive behavior all his life? More than likely. I don't know their whole dynamic. I think, was he an only child? Do we know?
Honestly don't remember.
I don't remember ever looking into that. That does make some sense though, what she's saying, you know, if he's the spoiled single only child of the family, that he's always gotten away with what he wanted to. Hey, Terry.
But do you believe that the lack of investigation in a lot of these cases is just becoming more and more relevant? It's like,
100%.
they're only doing so much, and it's obvious to the public that the ball is being dropped. You're not going above and beyond to find certain things that you need to find. And then when you question it, somebody passes the buck.
At some point, they're not only are they not going above and beyond, but they're not even covering the basics of an investigation anymore, you guys. And that's really sad. You know, and I can only accept incompetence to a certain level until it goes to a different level of being corruption. Okay. And why?
And I agree with Callie. She said that she thinks the parents just want to get the truth. Going after him and humiliating him publicly would cause unnecessary drama and wouldn't help in the end. And that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
But they want the truth and they want justice for Ellen.
Absolutely.
Like, that is what they have been seeking from this whole time. And if you're a parent of someone that one of these that happens like this. Like Aaron Shane Keys out of Tennessee. His mother is a very good friend of mine. I've had her on my panel for hours and hours. I've spent hours and hours on the phone with her. I have so much evidence in that case. It's unreal that's been sent to me. But he has 2 children. In this case, Ellen didn't have 2 children.
Right.
He was murdered in the state of Tennessee. There's no way around it. Someone took his life. But yet, because of the corruption and the ME, who was just, I'm not even going to go there because I'm going to get on a whole rant. But the point of it is that his kids should not have to live with that. They should be able to see that justice. They should be able to not have that. And I hate to put it this way, but that umbrella of shame over their family that their father took his life when he didn't. His life was taken from him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's something else too, in the situations like that, those kids have to be told and think about, my father didn't love us enough to not take his own life. That's bullshit, you guys. That's not the way that goes. You know what I mean? Especially when we know that in that situation that it was taken from him. He didn't take it himself. That's horrific. No. Those kids should never have to think that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is in this case, it's not her children, but this is her parents, her mother and father, and other extended family members. And I'm not saying that they are at any way shame, but I'm just saying like in overall, if you look at it from a human standpoint and just working so closely with Lisa and understanding what happened in Shane's case and knowing what her family has went through. And, law enforcement refuses to change it to a homicide. They absolutely refuse it. And they refuse to close the case without her giving up certain information to them. It's kind of, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And that's not the way it should be when it comes to these families.
Nope.
With the national statistics of 50% of all murders go unsolved, that states a lot right there. It's like, are they picking and choosing which ones we're going to solve? Are we going to solve the easy ones? Are we going to leave the hard ones as cold cases? Get somebody else to solve those? Are we? It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, like, what is going on?
Sadly, it's the easy way out. It's the easy way out. Those are the cases that you're going to see that get solved is one of 2 ways. It's either and this is not across the board with every state. Certain states, you're going to see the easy way out. Okay, well, here's the evidence right here in front of us. It doesn't take real police work. And then you're going to have cases that are like, oh, wow, there's way too much. Just, I'm going to have to get out from behind my desk and actually go and put boots on the ground to solve this. Unsolved, unknown matter, cause of death.
Yeah. And sadly, a lot of this is laziness within, lazy police work. And some of it is incompetence. But nowadays, guys, a lot of it, unfortunately, going around all that other stuff is coming back to a corrupted view of what's being done, because this is so stupid. This is so, guys, a 6th grader could figure this out. Okay. And they're passing it off as it's no big deal. Just look the other way. Don't question what we've told you. It is what it is. It's unbelievable.
The lack of accountability is another thing, like you just stated on that medical examiner, it showed that he had issues before, but he had no accountability whatsoever.
None whatsoever. It's horrifying, you guys, because these are the people that we put our lives and our families' lives and our loved ones' lives. We put that in their hands, and we're supposed to just trust it for what it is.
And then if you look at it from another standpoint, look at all the cases that we see that evidence is lost, mishandled, misplaced, thrown away, trashed,
happens every
never
day.
Was even obtained. Like,
right. That's a horrible thing, that is horrific. Because
that infuriates me. Yes, I agree.
That can make all the difference in the world. And it happens every single day in so many different cases.
Hey, Mom, didn't they lose some evidence in this case? They lost I think the I'm trying to think. I was up 5 hours doing this thing last night. Didn't they lose some evidence in this case? That's my question to you.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I would have to refer back to my notes. This case is such a hot ass mess. I'd actually have to look at my
Yeah.
notes to see exactly.
I
I mean,
mean-
it wasn't properly investigated from the beginning. I think just by allowing the owner of the apartment complex to clean the crime scene, which is not protocol. There is
Right.
a whole team of people. I've actually met a really good team that were amazing guys that do professional crime scene cleanup. But sadly, you see a lot of families and homeowners and people of that nature that end up doing these crime scene cleanups.
Right.
That's something that Dago, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not state funded?
Yeah.
Something like that that's originally in the beginning a homicide. That is where a state funded, whether it's privately owned or not, that comes in and does the cleanup properly. And
Serpro and stuff like that. They're specially trained places that do, in some senses. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me.
You know, the fact that they didn't fingerprint the knife just sticks with me, Dago, so hard.
I'm right with you, bro. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Wouldn't that be the first thing you would try to do? Is once it's taken out, you're going to dust for prints all over the body and the knife?
I would imagine. Typically,
yeah. That's what I would do. Before anybody touched anything, I would take about 7 rolls of photos to make sure everything was properly documented. There wouldn't be a bunch of people running in and out that we've seen in other cases. And then everything should have been bagged and tagged properly.
Well, he didn't even call the 911 first. He called his brother, I think.
That's what I understood too. Yeah.
Yeah, he called his brother. And then he was standing outside with the maintenance worker or somebody else that works in the building while he was calling 911. So he had other people already there with him.
That took her personal effects with them when they left.
Yep. All her electronic shit was taken out of that apartment and then given back at a later date, which would make it very easy to do anything you need to do to make that work for that narrative, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous to me, you guys. Completely and totally, absolutely ridiculous. It's a damn shame. And I hope to God that these parents get what they deserve after 15 years. I really do. And I hope that Ellen gets the justice she deserves too. I'm going to come back on this some more and look into this more and talk about it more because I just can't get past it. I can't.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing, so don't think that I'm piggybacking off your info, Dago.
Oh, no. You're fine, bro. We all work together anyway, and that's why I brought you in. I was glad you jumped in here. So yeah, absolutely. No. I don't ever think that. I'm not one of
it's a terrible case all the way around. Like, how could anybody believe it was suicide? I don't see how anybody could believe that.
I think people that were handed over so many dollar bills will.
Yeah, money is a great equalizer. You're right.
100%. The root of all evil, guys, and it causes so many problems, and it makes so many bad things go down. It really does. It's horrible. Yeah, we're going to be coming back to this again. Maybe we can do it together, 12 gauge. I have no qualms.
That would be awesome.
No qualms with that. I've been trying to get over there anyway. So here or there, wherever we can do it. Absolutely. And I'm always about collaboration, especially when we have the same, we want the same thing out of it. You know what I mean? So
of course.
Absolutely.
But thank you guys for letting me be up here.
Absolutely. No,
it was nice to meet you. Thank you for your input.
Thank you for jumping up here with us. I appreciate that very much. So it's not about letting you, sir. We wanted you in here. So thank you very much.
Well, I'm gonna go hit the books. I got some essays to write. So y'all have a good evening.
You too, brother. Have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you again for joining us, 12 Gauge. And guys, please go check out 12 Gauge's channel. You won't be disappointed. Again, brings facts to the situation. and tries to break it down like the rest of us do. And it's actual true crime, guys. And that's what we're always looking for. So thank you again, 12 Gauge. I appreciate you. If we could put his link in the chat, I appreciate that. Absolutely. And it's all about awareness. Okay. It needs to be brought to the table. It needs to be seen. And we have to stop allowing these people to hide the truth about these things. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Sarah, very much. I think that's going to be about it for today, guys. We've been here for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and I appreciate every bit of the conversation. Mom, I appreciate you joining me as well.
Oh, I appreciate you letting me come up and hang out with you and rant and bitch and moan about Ellen. I mean, this is one of those cases that grabbed my heart. And like I said, I've worked closely with people that are close to her case, and the getting love and light and positivity from her family was like those. It really made my heart smile for them to be able to see that there are good people out here on this platform, and on Twitter, which is another platform that I frequent.
Absolutely.
So it is good to have good people involved with these cases, because you have so many people that are on this platform and on Twitter and on Facebook and on other platforms that are not here for the right reasons, and they don't give two shits about these people or their families.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's always a breath of fresh air to be able to brainstorm and have good conversation with good people.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Somebody, Tomboy, what's on the agenda for later? So Salty's going to be live at 8 Central, 9 Eastern tonight. We're going to try to catch that and support that one. So please go over there, guys. We can drop that link again. It should be, as always, a great show. And then when show's over, Caden had wanted to join me for a show tonight a little later. And if it works, depending on time, we'll see what happens. And if that doesn't happen tonight with me, we'll do it tomorrow for sure. Caden and I will. So,
love you too, Leslie. Love everybody. Love you, Sarah. All the mods, all the community. Love all you guys. I know I took a little bit of a break after I got back from Kentucky, but some of this gets really, really heavy, and it just, I needed to take a breather, and I've had some stuff going on. So it's better for me to be in a clear state of mind and talk about these cases out of respect for their families than it is for me to come up with my own aggressive stuff going on and show my whole arse, where that's not who I want to portray myself as when it comes to these families. And you are muted, sir.
Never fails. I was just worried because I hadn't seen or heard from you, and I thought maybe I said something. I'm like, oh no.
No, you ought to know. You ought to know me. If you said something, you wouldn't know about it. But no, it didn't have anything to do with you. Just some personal stuff that's been going on.
That's fine. So. As long as that's the case. I mean, I don't want you to have any issues.
Just kind of waiting for it to all even out, and just gets a lot on me. And I hadn't been sleeping, and
I know the feeling.
So
yes, I do know the feeling.
Definitely.
So, and I appreciate you joining me so much. It's great to have you back here and to hear your voice again and to have your input on all this stuff. I really do respect and appreciate it. So great stuff.
Make sure you tune into Salty. I'm headed to the grocery store because apparently I have to go adult for the next hour. Look.
Well, that's always fine. I'm going to try to get in there tonight with her. I have adult child duty because we're supposed to be doing things while mom's gone, and we're going to, but I will be in Salty's show later, guys. So please, again, was the link dropped yet? That's 12 Gauge's link, guys. Check out 12 Gauge's channel as well. Again, you will not be disappointed. If we can drop Salty's link in here too, I appreciate that very much. Again, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Please join us tonight if you can. Love you as well, Leslie, so very much. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys joining us tonight. Salty Sleuth. There it is. Or nope, you dropped 12 Gauge again, hun. It's okay. Thank you guys. If anybody that has donated to the channel, by the way, God bless. We don't appreciate you guys, or we don't expect you guys. We don't appreciate you, right? We don't expect you guys to do that by any means, but we do appreciate you so very much. Moderators, you did an amazing job. As always, there it is again. The Blue Crew never fails, ever. I could not, would not, nor should not do this without him. Have a great day, Mom, and I will see you soon. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Andy. And thank you, Doodle. There's a link to get to Salty's channel, guys. Please join us tonight if you can. I'm looking forward to it. I'm done adulting for the days. Yeah, school's starting here in a couple of weeks for Caden too. So either way, thank you guys so very much for being who you are. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. Please don't change a thing, because you guys are amazing, and that's why I'm here. And I will see you all so very soon. For those of you that I don't see tonight, good night and God bless. The rest of you, much love to you all. Bye-bye now.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
And so much of it, you guys. So much of it.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.